So that is the reason I have arranged the topics in such a way, one should lead to the other. So obviously naturally volcanoes ke baad rocks will come, because initially 80% of the earth crust was formed due to volcanoes. Okay, because of lava and magma. The lava and magma came out, cooled, solidified, forming rocks, igneous rock. So that is the reason they are called as primary rocks. So before going there, I want you to know rocks as a heading. Please remember, every time you notice any rock, correct, when you pick up a small rock, correct, from the surface of the earth, what do you notice? All rocks are solid. Do you all agree? Solid. Do you agree if I say they are compact or dense? Very heavy or dense? Yes. And angular. They are angular. Angular in shape. Angular means like they have different shape like this. Like this. They come in different shape. They are solid. Compact means they are dense. If you put in the water, it will go down. Almost all rocks except one. So you just remember solid, compact and angular substance. Okay. Please remember. Compact, solid, angular substance. What are they made up of? If you inspect the rock within what they have, if you notice that carefully, they have minerals. So rocks contain mineral. Please write. They are congregation of minerals. Rocks are congregation of various minerals. Various minerals. If you inspect closely what rocks contain, correct, grain by grain, you'll notice that each one of them will be turn out to be one or the other mineral, metallic or non-metallic. Metallic or non-metallic. Okay. So rocks are congregation of minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substances. Please write one more sentence after this. Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic. Inorganic means not derived from plant or animal matter. Inorganic. Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substances. Correct. Now next time you notice the rock, correct, next time when you pick up a rock, before throwing at someone, just notice what is there inside. Okay, you will notice rocks are solid, compact, dense, and also they have minerals inside. That is the reason earlier we had all these rocks just like what we have today. Earlier also we had, but technology was not there to know what is inside. Now we are finding out different minerals now. Correct. Lithium was there earlier also. Correct. Lithium was there on the same rock earlier also. What now? Why are we showing interest in lithium? Because the technology. Our skills have improved. Technology has advanced. So we know, okay, lithium is going to be useful. That is the reason we are all running behind lithium now. Similarly, there are other minerals also, which we don't know about now. But in future, once we come to know their value, we'll go behind them also. Correct. Lithium has become more expensive than gold now. You got it? Because of used in, correct, mobile phones or in EVs, electric vehicles and all. So that is a future fuel. So people call it as a white gold. Correct. Like this, earlier also it was there. Now we are showing more importance to it because of our technology. Okay. So please remember, rocks are nothing but congregation of minerals. Aggregation of minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substances, which can be classified into metals and non-metals. Okay. So please remember this. So rocks contain minerals. So it's aggregation of minerals. So first and foremost thing, if you notice carefully across the world, okay, every structure, every architecture built till date uses one common material called rocks. It is a basic building material that we all use. Look around here only, in this building only, you notice the floor, the walls and all rocks. We are all surrounded by rocks. One way or the other, we are all surrounded by rocks. Initially man was a nomad, means like going from one place to another place in search of food and water. Correct. Earlier our population was less, so we were hunted by the animals earlier. Correct. Man had to find shelter, especially when it rained. Correct. Rained or it started snowing, it started flooding, and also insects, animals were large in number. So man, what he did, he started looking for safe places to stay. One day he came across a cave. Cave was our first shelter. You understand cave? So man realized, okay, if I stay in the cave, I can safeguard myself from animals and also from insects. Correct? And also from rain and all, I'll get protection. So man started living in the cave. That became our first shelter, first home. There he started painting on the walls, whatever he did. He had no other work. He didn't have civil services to prepare. So obviously what he did paintings and all, whatever day-to-day activities, he did everything on the wall. So cave paintings came. You got it? That's how it all started. So man realized, okay, I have rocks. Using rocks, I can build shelter. Okay, so what he did, wherever he went, he accumulated rocks, stacked them up one above the other. So from then on till now, see what all we have built. Pyramids. Think of pyramids. Pyramids are what? Stack of rock. Think of all the forts we have built. Your Golconda, Guti Fort, correct? Oh, you notice every fort. Forts of Rajasthan, forts built by Chhatrapati Shivaji. All these are what? Recently it was added to the World Heritage Site, UNESCO. Correct? So notice all this. All have one thing in common. Rocks. Even first thing we do, construction mein, we do the Gudli Puja, we keep rocks first. Correct? We dig a soil, put the rock first. Then we erect the structure. One thing is common even today. Since then till now. What is that? Rock. So rocks have been our building material. Building material. The most basic structure you take, even in the villages, they start building with rocks. Above that they might use bamboo, wood and all. But rock will be a common factor there. Okay. So rocks have helped us in building shelter. They have been our building material. Shelter. Shelter. Shelter is what? Shelter is any structure like this. Shelter is any basic structure. You have seen people living below the flyover, correct? In the pipes also I have seen. People living in different places. All that is shelter. Shelter is any basic structure which provides protection from weather. Protection from wild animals. Correct? You stand or sit outside for one day, you'll know. Insects start crawling up. Mosquitoes will come. Rats also will start, correct, harming you. Like that. So you need some protection. Shelter is the structure which provides protection from weather and animals, and also it provides privacy. Correct. So as a result, to live a dignified life, we need privacy as well. So shelter. Shelter. Okay. So that is the reason rocks provide us shelter indirectly. Okay. So please remember this. Second, right. Second importance of rocks. I told you rocks contain minerals. With the help of these minerals, see where we have reached today. Notice your pen nib. From the pen nib you are writing to the jewelry you are wearing. Correct. To the mobile phones you are using. To the chairs you are sitting on. Still. Correct. All these have what? Minerals in common. You find minerals where? In rocks. So right from the first day where we started mining, correct, extracting minerals, till now, see where we have reached. Earliest civilization, they used just stones, rocks as tools. We call that as Stone Age. So we equate our evolution with rocks. If you notice carefully, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. What are these? Lith means what? Rock. Lith, L-I-T. Paleo means old Stone Age. Mesolithic means middle. Neolithic means new. After that, then copper was invented. Copper we discovered. Correct. Copper Age. Then Bronze Age. Then Iron Age. So on. So the evolution of man is also closely linked with rocks. And ability of man to use minerals. History. That is history. Prehistory we call it as. Before ancient comes, prehistory. In prehistory, what do you study? You study all this. Correct. Indus Valley civilization, Egyptian civilization, how early civilizations flourished, some 10,000 BC. Correct na? Your history teacher would have started from there, almost close to earliest civilization. Then he would have talked about Stone Age, Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, so on. So history of man or evolution of man is closely linked with the ability of man to use tools in general, rocks in general. So minerals helped us in achieving the economic growth that we see today. You notice how advanced we have come. We are talking about bullet trains, hyperloops nowadays. All this requires what? Technology and use of minerals. We are talking about space travel now. Correct. Space tourism we are talking about. People are going to space and coming back as if they are going from Hyderabad to Secunderabad and coming back. It has become like that now. We are no longer shocked. We no longer shocked now. If somebody is going to space, we say, okay, go and come. Correct. So see where we have reached today. So minerals have helped us. Okay, so all those countries which have mineral wealth and technology, they have progressed. Both minerals also should be there. Technology should also be there. Means skilled manpower also should be there. Think of Japan, countries like Japan. Why do you think they are so advanced? Because they are skilled, highly skilled manpower. Plus minerals. All the minerals are now depleted in Japan. So they import from India, Indonesia and Australia and all, they are importing now. But they have highly skilled manpower. So minerals helped us to reach where we are today. Okay, and they are going to take us forward also. Economic growth and development of any country depends upon the availability of different minerals, resources and skilled manpower. Why do you think both China and India are always competing for minerals in Africa or South America or different parts of the world? You got it, because they are looking for new sources of minerals. Why do you think everybody is interested in Balochistan, Afghanistan? Answer is here. Why do you think everybody is interested in our like Jammu Kashmir part? Correct, POK, Pak occupied Kashmir. Our own part occupied by Pakistan has a lot of minerals there. You got it? So minerals are the deciding factor now. So most of the countries, they decide based on the geographical aspects. The political decisions today are taken based on geographical factors. We call it as geopolitics. Correct. Geopolitics is the political decisions taken by a country based on geographical factors like oil, natural gas, minerals is called as geopolitics. Geopolitics. Okay. So please remember this. Mineral. Third one, right. When it rains, what happens? The first water falls on the soil. Then water goes down. It collects where? Finally, rocks. So rocks help us storing groundwater, aquifer. Aquifers are rocks which store water. Aquifers are rocks which store water. Which store water. Aquifer. So as a result, below we have a lot of aquifers which store large amount of water. Okay. So groundwater, because today nearly 30% of the fresh water is stored in the form of groundwater. Okay, 69% is in the form of ice. You might have seen that pie chart one day I gave you. Remember circle pie chart? In that if you check, 69% is ice. 30% of our fresh water is stored in the form of groundwater. Okay. So it is one of the largest source of fresh water for us. Drinking, irrigation and all. Today. Borewell and all we have from the groundwater. Next, right. Fourth importance. Weathering of rocks gives us soil. Next importance of rock is soil. Weathering of rocks. What is weathering? Means disintegration. When the rocks weather, they disintegrate, they become soil. Okay. So soil is another precious resource we have on which we grow crops. Okay. So soil helps us to produce food. It provides us food security. Okay. And the soil comes from where? From rocks. Don't you think rocks are now important? Earlier everybody thought rocks are only useless. We can throw at someone and that. Now you know rocks are used so many ways. Okay. Next, right, fifth one. Okay. Oil and gas. You're right. Oil and natural gas. I'll explain this because it's a different topic, big topic. First, you write oil and gas. Again, they are found where? In the rocks, sedimentary rocks. Okay. Oil and gas are found in the sedimentary rocks. I'll tell you. See, we use the word petroleum. Okay. Here, the word petra means rock. It comes from the Greek word petra. Petra means rock. So, study of rock is yes, petrology. Study of rock is petrology. Here also you notice petro means rock, oleum means oil, rock oil. Petroleum means rock oil. Okay, petra means rock, oleum this part is called as oil. So petroleum means what? Rock oil. The oil that is stored inside the rock is called as petroleum. Okay, how I will tell you now. That is the next topic. Okay, so oil and natural gas also we get from the rocks, sedimentary rocks. Wherever we get those sediments, marine sediments trapped, we get oil. Okay, we'll discuss that separate now. In next half an hour it will come. So we remember petroleum. Another important advantage of rocks is petroleum, because rocks store these and we can extract them for our economic growth and development. Today, entire world economy runs on oil. Oil economy we have. Okay, even though EVs are coming up, but even today we are still depend upon oil. Okay, so please remember this. So some of the important aspects of rocks we have mentioned here. So how rocks are useful for us? If they ask you, you write. Rocks have been our building material since the age of Stone Age till now. You have been using it as tools, correct? As a building material. Okay. So introduction, why I am telling you all this, because when you know this importance, every topic you know, notice volcanoes also I did this. I start with the importance because you'll know this is the reason why I should remember this topic or why I should read this topic. There should be a reason, Allah. Correct? Every topic, whether it is volcano or rocks or soil, I'll always say importance first. So that will give you a reason to understand the topics that will come next, or why I should read this topic. Correct? Naturally, that will be there in your mind. So by reading this, how is it going to be useful for us? Minerals. Every day we are on a lookout for new minerals. These new minerals we discover, it will help us to grow faster. Economic growth and development of the country depends upon, I told you, mineral wealth of the country. So either we can export, we can make money, or we can use it for our industries. Correct na? Industrial growth depends upon raw materials. Because miners who mine, they are also part of our economy. Okay, remember, don't forget, mining and quarry is also part of our primary sector. Primary sector. Red collar workers. Even though it is unorganized, majority of our population is in primary sector. Okay? So as a result, these are very important for our economy also. That is the reason your economics teacher also will talk about minerals. Okay, Ministry of Mines we have. Separate dedicated ministry for mining. We have Geological Survey of India, GSI, for looking for new minerals. You got it? Lot of resource goes into exploration and mining. Okay, more resources we have in our country, faster we can grow. Okay, so remember that. And recently I was telling you, remember India discovered oil, large quantities of oil in Andaman Sea and all. It's like a new discovery always helps us. That is then we should spend money on research. When you have your own research, earlier what used to happen, the American satellites used to locate our resources and they used to tell us. That is the reason they used to get the contract, mining contracts. Now it is not like that. Our own companies will find out. Money remains within the country now. Correct? We don't give contracts to foreign companies anymore. Our own companies do that. So money remains within the country. So all that you have to think from the futuristic point of view. Okay. So as a civil servant, you should know how all this will generate wealth. If this comes in your jurisdiction, this will increase your tax sala. Income of the district goes up. Okay. Employment goes up. You can create new avenues for business there. Lot of economic growth takes place in your district. Like that you have to think. Okay. So right, types of rocks now. Types. First one you write igneous rock, sedimentary rock. Metamorphic rock. Three types. Okay, first one, first heading, igneous. Can I continue? Huh. Igneous. The word igni comes from the Latin word. It's Latin word igni, meaning fire. Meaning fire. Fire. It's a Latin word. Igni means Latin. In Sanskrit, Agni. Okay, Agnishile in Sanskrit. Even in local language also we use the word Agnishile. In Latin, Agni means fire. Means all those rocks which are formed from lava and magma are called as igneous rock. Remember the pronunciation igneous. Okay, igni and us. You have to remember igneous. So right, all those rocks formed from cooling and solidification. Cooling and solidification. Solidification of lava and magma. Cooling and solidification of lava and magma. What is cooling means? Lava and magma are hot, Allah. So they have to cool first. When they cool, they contract. They become hard. Hard. Okay. You have seen your mother making sweets and all. Initially, when they make sweet, it will be hot. Remember, when they bake it and all. So after some time, you put it on a tray and allow it to wait. Right. During that waiting process, what happens? It cools, and it cools. It becomes it contracts. It becomes hard. Then it will be cut. Correct. It will be cut into small slices, and they'll give you. Okay, so cooling and solidification. When the material cools, it contracts, becomes hard, and then it becomes rock. So lava and magma has to cool first. Okay, so that is a word. Remember this, fire. They are equating fire to these two words. Okay, please write. These were the first rocks formed on the earth. So primary rocks. Which was the first rock? Igneous. Why? Because lava and magma everywhere. So 80% of the earth crust was created by volcanism. Please write that also. Nearly, here only I'll write. Nearly 80% of the earth's crust were shaped by the volcanoes. Can you imagine now? 80% of the earth crust initially were all made of volcanoes, lava and magma. So this was most abundant everywhere. 80% of the earth crust, primary rocks. That means even now if volcanoes erupt, lava comes out. Lava comes in contact with any organic matter, plant or animal matter. What happens to that plant animal matter? Because it is hot, fire. So that plant or animal matter will turn into ash. So igneous rocks do not contain any organic matter. So they don't contain no organic matter. So rocks के अंदर will not find anything which is related to plant or animal. No organic matter. No organic matter is stored inside the igneous rock. No organic matter means what? No fossils. You can't find any fossils. No fossil means what? No fuel. So igneous rocks do not contain fuel. So that you should understand. This was asked. No fuel. No fossil fuel. Like coal or oil, natural gas is not formed in which rock? Igneous rock. Okay. Igneous rocks do not contain fossil fuels. No organic matter. Clear? Why? Okay. Can I continue? Next. Igneous rock, two types. I'll continue here. Here, first write intrusive. igneous rock. IR is igneous rock. Okay. Extrusive. Now you should tell me. Extrusive means outside, on the surface. Intrusive means below. Below. Intrusive means below the surface. Formed below the surface. You're right. Extrusive means on the surface. On the surface. Extrusive. This intrusive means below the surface, formed from magma. Correct? Please write. Cooling and solidification of magma. This is formed. Cooling and solidification of magma. C and S andre? C and S here. C and S. Cooling and solidification of magma. This is cooling and solidification of lava on the surface. Now please tell me which will cool faster, magma or lava? Because lava comes outside. It comes in contact with air, water. So lava cools faster. Rapid cooling. Rapid cooling. And contraction. Rapid cooling and contraction. Whereas magma cools slowly because it's hidden inside. Magma is below, cools slowly. Cools slowly. Okay. Let's say we have magma and different ABCD are different minerals because magma contains minerals, molten minerals. Here, let's notice this. All of you notice this. ABCD are different types of minerals. When material cools slowly, let's say magma cools slowly below the surface, all the minerals which are alike, notice A, they will all come together. They'll all come together like this. When the material is cooling slowly, the minerals will have time to segregate, which are based on same density. They'll come together and form grains like this. All the BB minerals came together, C came together, D came together like this. All the minerals which are alike will have time for segregation, separation. Okay. So as a result, all the minerals form small grains, crystals formed inside. So, intrusive igneous rocks characteristic is large grains, coarse grains or crystals, coarse crystals or grains are formed inside. If I pick up a rock, if I see big crystals inside, that is this, intrusive air. Whereas, rapid cooling, what happens when the minerals cool rapidly? Not have time. Will they come together? Minerals, do they have time to come together? No. They will remain as it is. They'll cool as it is. They don't have time for segregation. When the minerals cool rapidly, all the grains remain there only in their respective places and solidify very quickly. Quick cooling, rapid cooling. So all the crystals are not formed. No crystals. So it has fine grains. Very fine grains. Small grains. In this case, big crystals are formed. Okay. So in intrusive, minerals cool slowly and all of them segregate to form crystals like this. Okay. Whereas in extrusive rock, they all cool rapidly and they do not segregate. As a result, fine grains, small grains. We'll see both of them now. One example, we'll understand. I'll show you. Two rocks I'll show you. Gabbro and basalt. Okay. Notice this. Many of you would have seen this rock. So there are different minerals. You can see crystals here. Black and white. Okay. This also you would have seen. This rock. Granite you would have seen, granite used for flooring and wall and all. So you see crystal, different types crystals here. You notice this. All this crystals, can you see crystals? Correct. But here you don't see any crystals here. Fine grains are there. If you powder this, you'll get only small grains, you'll get black color. Here also no grains here. Very fine grains. Okay, fine. Small grains. You got it. This is rhyolite. This is basalt. Okay, like this we can classify. Okay. Based, if there are crystals seen, that means they are intrusive. If there are no crystals, fine grains you notice, it is extrusive. Okay. Okay. So please remember this. That's how we classify them. Based on the crystal growth. I'll write examples now. This side I'll write intrusive example. Granite. Granite. Many of you will have your granite flooring in the house. Correct? Or the puja room and all we have make the granite ala. So many people have that correct granite flooring. So that you notice crystals are there. Granite is found below la. They are quarried out. Correct, in large boulders. And they cut into half inch, 1 inch. One side they polish. Other side is rough. Other side is rough. When they polish la, you can see sparkle and all. Granite sparkles. Crystals are cut. So it will be shining. We have different types of granite. Black to pink color. Red, black, brown. Different types. So granite is very most popular interior rock. Used for interiors. Decoration purpose and all. Okay. Granite. Gabbro also. Diorite. Okay. Peridotite. Pegmatite. These are all intrusive igneous rock found below. Okay. Remember. Extrusive is outside. Extrusive is outside. Means basalt. Formed on the surface. Pumice. Andesite. Rhyolite. Rhyolite. Okay. Obsidian. These are all extrusive. Intrusive rocks are those rocks which are formed from below, from magma. Correct. So they are called as plutonic rocks. Plutonic rocks bolte हैं इसको. Remember Pluton? I've been using the word Pluton many times. Pluton is the other word for magma. If it is formed on the surface, these are extrusive. Volcanic rocks. Volcanic भी बोलते हैं इसको. Volcanic. So in exam they are asking questions on this now. I'll tell you one interesting thing. I'll tell you. Okay. Usually I am expecting this in the paper. If it comes, mark it as very important. You see this word pegmatite. You remember this. ये आएगा paper में. This is the one contains lithium. Lithium इसमें मिलेगा. It is a source rock of lithium. Lithium is either directly found in this rock, directly, or after weathering in some place, some other place. Source, which is a source rock? Pegmatite. You got it? If that particular place has pegmatite, so government will come and acquire that land. They'll start mining pegmatite. From pegmatite they make lithium. From lithium they make lithium oxide batteries. So on. The process starts. Correct? So now the largest lithium mine we got it in Karnataka. Mandya district of Karnataka. And second in Riyasi district of J&K. So we have lithium here. Before the discovery in India, we were getting lithium from South America. You got it? South America se leke aate the hum. That too Navy used to bring it. Indian Navy ship used to go and bring the lithium. Certain sensitive minerals, Navy is sent. We don't send the regular ships. For certain sensitive, expensive minerals, we send Navy. Okay, so please remember. Pegmatite. They'll ask. Source rock. Remember this. So many of you might have heard of the word granite quarry. Around many places around Hyderabad, they are quarrying granite. South India is rich in granite. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, correct. This belt is very rich in granite. And India is the largest exporter of granite. Okay. We export granite. Telangana also, but Telangana has to rely on Andhra for exports. Okay, so domestic consumption is high here, but Tamil Nadu, Karnataka they export granite. So please remember this. Okay, these are all rocks. Okay. Can I continue? So igneous rock, all of you know. Let's say there is a depression now, a lake like depression. Notice this, a lake or a river or a ocean basin like this. We all know the rivers flow from the surrounding areas and flow into this rivers, correct? All the water will accumulate here. This is a depression filled with water. So rivers usually bring sediments from surrounding areas, correct? Rivers brings lot of sediments. All those sediments are heavy, Allah. Those heavy sediments will go where? They'll go down. They'll collect here. Many years of sedimentation. Silt, clay at the bottom. The water will be there here. Water and sand. Okay. So you take any lake like Hussain Sagar only you take. So water is there. Below that what will have? Lot of soil will be there. Silt will be there. Okay. So please remember this. Sedimentation bolte isko. We call it as sedimentation. If there is water, there will be a lot of aquatic organisms also. Planktons will be there, nectons will be there, correct? All this will be living here. Fish, mollusks, crustaceans, all these creatures will be where in the water, Allah. Let's take planktons, phytoplanktons. These phytoplanktons, when they die, where they will go? They'll get buried. They'll get buried here. So millions of years or thousands of years of these creatures getting deposited here. I'm writing in green color here, like this. These are recently deposited. This is the oldest deposit. The oldest will be at the bottom. The newest will be here. Newest. Again, the new sediment comes. That will bury this also. It will get buried. Like that, many layers of sand one below the other. In between that, organic matter trapped. Like this. Many millions of years of organic matter trapped. So that is an older the water body, larger the marine sediments it contains. Aquatic sediments it contains. Like Tethys Sea Lake. Okay, very old sea. So it will contain a lot of sediments and organic matter. Okay, these organic matter, now they are trapped within the rock. Don't you think they are trapped? So these organic matter, now dead organic matter, will decompose anaerobically. Anaerobic decomposition. What is anaerobic means? Means without oxygen. Aerobic, in the presence of oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a byproduct. In the presence of oxygen, the carbon dioxide is the byproduct. Without oxygen, the carbon gets stored there only. Anaerobic decomposition of the marine organisms, aquatic organisms here, within the sand, because it is buried within the sand. Please notice this. All this sand will be under compression because of the load of the water. Don't you think load of the water will be there? Water load. Heat from the surrounding earth. Heat and pressure. Due to heat and pressure, all the sediments come under compaction. Like they are getting pressed like this. So the sediments are under compaction. And it becomes hard. Over the period of time, the sediment becomes hard. Lithification. Compaction and lithification of sediments. And this becomes sedimentary rock. You got it? So the compaction hoga, lithification hoga, it becomes hard. Of what? Sediments under the water body. That is reason most of the sedimentary rocks are found under the water body. Below lakes, below river, below oceans. So we get what type of rock? Sedimentary rock. So sedimentary rocks are those rocks which are formed through compaction and lithification of sediments. Okay. So every water body will have this. Compaction and lithification of sediments. So what happens now? The sediments will become hard. Rock. Within the rock, what do we have? Organic matter. So sedimentary rocks are rich in organic matter. Sedimentary rocks will be rich in organic matter. rich in organic matter, means it will store fossils. So sedimentary rocks are rich in organic matter indirectly, means it will have a lot of fossils. More fossils means fossil fuel. Fossil fuel formation will be there. So which rock is known for fossil fuels? Sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock. So this is very popular. Sedimentary rocks are very, very popular. Because what is happening to the organic matter inside? They are undergoing decomposition. Anaerobic decomposition within the rock. This leads to the formation of petroleum. Petroleum. Means simple word hydrocarbon. Can I say hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon. Methane, ethane, butane, propane are all formed inside the rock. Okay. Simple words. Hydrocarbon. The carbon gets stored there only here because it is undergoing anaerobic decomposition. So the carbon is stored in the form of fuel now. Fuel. Hydrocarbons. Since it is formed inside the rock. Petro. What is petro means? Rock. Oleum means oil. Rock oil. Petroleum is formed. So this is how oil is found inside the sedimentary rock. So that means we should have a lot of sedimentary basin, large sedimentary basin. In that we'll find. So Persian Gulf, think of Persian Gulf. Tethys Sea sediments are there. Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea is also very old, remnant of Tethys Sea. There. You got it? Wherever we have the old sediments, marine sediments, we get petroleum. Okay, please remember this. Shall I continue? Once we find this, you can notice this oil is there here. Okay, what we do is we set up well, oil well. Okay, I'll use this color, oil well. देखो oil well आ गया यहाँ पे, oil well. Sorry. Oil well or oil rig बोलते हैं, rig, where we extract oil, natural gas. So if it is on the land, onshore बोलते हैं इसको, onshore. If it is here in the water, offshore. Sometimes the platform is created on the water itself here, like this, pillars. We put pillars into the water and we create a rig, oil rig. This is offshore. OWF, offshore oil well. Oil well, two types, onshore, offshore. Okay, onshore, offshore. Like KG Basin, Krishna Godavari Basin, Andhra coast, Tatipaka, Rava. All these are what? We have oil wells in the Andhra coast. Mumbai High, you might have Maharashtra coast, Mumbai High, offshore. Okay. So we have onshore, offshore, oil well. What we do? We go for oil well here. So the drilling is done laterally. What is lateral means? Like this, sideways. If you want water, groundwater, you go down like this. Correct. We are not looking for water. We are looking for oil. So we go for lateral drilling because of sediments are bed one below the other. We have to drill the rocks like this. So lateral drilling like this. Drilling is done like this. Lateral. Hydraulic fracturing we call it as. The method is hydraulic fracturing of rocks. Means when we drill the rocks laterally, we put water under high pressure, like we send water in high pressure, water or sand here. It will push the oil out. By doing this, what happens? The oil comes out. Correct. So we pump water or sand in high pressure into the rock beds, pushing the oil out. Because oil is density is lower compared to the surrounding water or sand. So it is pushed outwards easily. So first the gas comes out. Natural gas bolte isko. It will be rich in methane, ethane. Okay. Let's say through hydraulic fracturing, we are extracting the oil gas out. So first the gas that comes out is stored. Okay. It's called as natural gas. Natural gas. It will be rich in methane, ethane. CNG bolte hai. So we will compress it and form CNG, compressed natural gas. CNG. Compressed natural gas. Okay. CNG. Then the oil comes out. Oil, crude oil. It's called as crude oil because it has so many impurities in it. It has a lot of impurities, butane, propane, वगैरह. So we have to purify it, refine it before use. So through hydraulic fracturing, we extract the oil out, gas out. The gas is stored separately, oil is stored separately. The gas is natural gas. It's like compressed natural gas used in auto fuel. Bike, taxi nowadays are coming up. Bus we have, correct, auto rickshaws we have, cars now, even bikes they are running now. CNG in many countries. They have trains now fueled by CNG. Ships also nowadays fueled by CNG, compressed natural gas. So whenever we have to transport in long distances, we convert into liquid form, LNG, liquefied natural gas. Under high pressure, the gas comes to liquid form. As a result, LNG. So liquefied natural gas for pipelines. Oil is in crude form. It has to be distilled, purified, refined. So we send it to refinery. We send oil to refinery. Refineries are industries which refine crude oil. See the word refine. They refine crude oil. Refine crude oil. Crude oil. So how is oil formed? Simple. Marine organisms, dead phytoplanktons, they get trapped inside the rock. Okay, inside what rock? Sedimentary rock. For many years. Slowly they will undergo anaerobic decomposition. When they undergo anaerobic decomposition, petroleum is formed inside the rock. Once the rock is formed, we set up a well and we do hydraulic fracturing through which we extract the oil. Oil comes out, gas comes out. Gas is stored separately, oil is stored separately. Okay. So in refinery, we refine crude oil. Okay. So wait, I'll show you how it looks. We use a method called fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is a method of refining crude oil. Means the crude oil is subjected to different temperatures. The crude oil is subjected to different temperatures. See, this is how it looks. Okay, have you seen this kind of tower? Many places you would have seen refineries like this. Visakhapatnam refinery. Okay, Chennai refinery, Mangalore refinery, Mumbai refinery. Refinery contains like this tower or a column, fractionating column. So what happens here? I'll show you. Here, see here. So it looks like this tower you saw. So we pass the crude oil first. We heat the crude oil at different temperatures. Okay. At different temperature, different byproducts come out. Okay. So, when the crude oil is subjected to different temperatures, various byproducts are released. Starting with petroleum gas. One gas comes out. Petroleum gas. That gas is stored, bottled under high pressure. So, the liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. This comes to your home. We use it as cooking fuel first. You got it? This is how the refining done. This is first. Then other byproducts you notice: petrol, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, fuel oil. At different temperature, temperature. Okay, fuel oil, residue. Final residue that is left, tar bolte. It is used for making road. Outside the road is there, na? Road. It is this bitumen road. Okay, it is called as a asphalt or bitumen. So many words they use. Okay, this is bitumen road, tar road. Everywhere you see tar road, black. You got it? It is what? A byproduct of refining, fractionating column. So you can see fuel oil is used in ships. Lubricating oil is used in your bikes, cycles, engine ke liye. Correct? Lubrication you use machinery and all. That we require. Diesel we require. Correct? Vehicles and all. Kerosene we require for making gasoline, fuel, aviation turbine fuel and all. Okay. Naphtha is very important for making chemicals like your hair dye or the mosquito repellent, cockroach spray and all we hear. So all that is made from plastics. Plastic bottles and all are made from this. Okay. All this is naphtha. So this is called as fractional distillation of crude oil. Fractional distillation of crude oil. Okay. I'll save this somewhere. Okay, so please remember this. It's very important. This image I'll leave it behind. During the break, you have to write in your notebook, or you can type. I'll write here only. Fractional distillation of crude oil means refining process. One refinery we set up, lot of industries will come around that. Petrochemical industries, we call it as. What are petrochemical industries? Industries which use the raw material of a refinery. Whatever raw material, naphtha, I told you, all the raw material that comes out are used by other industries. They are called as petrochemical industries. Petrochemical industries are those industries which use the raw material from the refinery. And they produce different products like fertilizers, our fertilizers, urea, ammonium phosphate, superphosphate. They are all chemical fertilizers, bolte usko. Plastics, polymers, correct? From everything, right from the things that we are using, your artificial textile, nylon, all that comes from where? These industries. Remember. Okay. So, petrochemical industries are those industries which use the raw materials of refinery. You got it? This image. Whatever byproducts we are getting, that is processed. See, lubricating oil is packed and sent to the industries, fuel stations. This also, naphtha is used for various chemicals. Drugs and pharma industry also depends on this. Naphthalene balls, for example. Correct. What do you think that uses to kill cockroach? Any chemical fertilizers we are using, chemical things you are using in your home. Correct. Paints, even paint also. Paints and varnish, polishes we use. All that is what? Chemicals. Okay. So use of this is very dangerous. I'll tell you. In environment class, I'll use the word persistent organic pollutants. Certain chemicals which remain in the environment for a very long time are called as persistent organic pollutants. Very dangerous, very deadly. I'll tell you. Insecticides are produced from this. Chemical insecticides we use to kill insects in the agriculture farms and all are made from these chemicals. One instance I'll tell you. So monocrotopose बोल के एक organic insecticide है. Monocrotopose. I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm telling you. So using that is banned in India. But it is manufactured in other countries. In other countries also it is banned. In US, Europe, we can't use that. So what those companies are doing, they're selling it in Africa and India at a subsidized rate. Because they have already manufactured tons of it. They have to sell a. Where are they targeting? They are targeting Indians. They are targeting Africa. So these people, what they are doing, Indian farmers or Indian, let's say distributors, they are selling it to the farmers at a less rate. So they are putting it on all crops. Like they use it for paddy, they use it for cotton, they use it for sugarcane, they use it for everything. So once it is used, we are the one who are consuming it. Sometimes like you're eating grapes, you're going to the market buying grapes and you're eating like this without washing. That is where we come in. So directly going into your system. You got it? Even the banana leaf we use for food, there also they would have sprayed a lot of chemicals. That is the reason we have to wash it properly with hot water and all. Because when you go out for meals, what do you do? They'll give you that banana leaf and they'll eat food. We would have just washed it like this, less. But a lot of chemicals would have gone there. Nowadays, it's very dangerous. In environment class, that is what I'm going to talk about. You got it? Even the toothpaste you are using like every day can become a carcinogen. What is carcinogens? Cancer causing chemicals they have. I'm not scaring you. I'm telling you this is how reality is. Environment class is a bit depressing because these sensitive topics I'm going to talk. Bioaccumulation we are going to talk. Because what we put out into the soil, correct? It comes to us back because we are in the top of the food chain. We are in the top of the food chain here. Everything we put into the environment, into the water or soil, through food we eat. And we are in the top of the food chain. We eat everything. Except humans, we are eating everything. As a result, it will accumulate in us. Bioaccumulation bolte hain usko. and it will magnify in us. Biomagnification बोलते हैं. So that is the reason those chemicals cause cancer in us. Slowly they will come to your system. Okay, so like this, lot of chemicals we are using on a daily basis either will kill us instantly or slowly. So I think that I was telling you that the other day in Delhi, I was like living in that area, old Rajendra Nagar. Somebody had put a mosquito repellent. Mosquito repellent. Mosquitoes are there, so they have put in winter. I'm talking about January, May. So it is very cold. You can't open the window or door. You can't open. It will be so cold. So they have closed everything and they have put a mosquito repellent and they have slept. By morning, all three in the room are dead. The family of three are dead because that smoke, poisonous chemical that is releasing, you are inhaling it. Many would have read of this incident. You are inhaling that continuously and there is no ventilation. Cross ventilation is not there. The entire room is in that smell. You would have seen, once you turn on the mosquito repellent, have you seen the smell? It has, for some extent, it is good, but not for long. It is going to kill you. So that means indirectly the chemicals we are using is entering our food chain. Either they will kill us instantly or slowly. We'll talk about it in environment. Okay. For now, this diagram you have to write. We'll take a break. Fractionating column. Why is it opening here? Okay. One question on that diagram. One question can come on that fractional column. How does the fractionating column look like? Okay. This diagram they'll ask. So refineries, how they look, all of you know how the refineries look like. If one refinery is there, around that refinery there will be hundreds of or many petrochemical industries will come. Thousands of people will be working here. So employment generation you have to think about. In a refinery itself, around 20,000 people will work. Skilled, underskilled, semi-skilled workers. Around that many petrochemical industries will come. So that will also generate a lot of employment. You got it? Huh? So first we will see now whatever we have done. Iska, sedimentary rocks. Okay. Now I am going to discuss types of sedimentary rock. Then we are going to see distribution of oil and gas in India, refineries in India. Okay, we'll see that now. So I will do one thing. We'll see that refinery and we'll come back. See the atlas now. Next topic is distribution of oil and natural gas. Oil and natural gas. Remember what I do is first I am teaching some concept and applying it to India. That's what I am doing here also. Distribution of oil and gas resource. Oil and natural gas का separate map है. Mineral fuel. Mineral fuel will be the heading. Mineral fuel. Okay. Notice that in your atlas page number 45 or 47 depending upon your atlas. See the index. Check the index on top. See the index on top. What is the symbol for oil? Gas you check. Oil symbol is the tower. Gas is some matchstick. Fire symbol for gas and tower for oil. See here now. I'll use colors. I am going to talk about distribution of oil and natural gas resource in India. First, I am going to start with northeast. Look at Digboy. In Upper Assam, Digboy. Upper Assam, Digboy. Okay. This is one of the oldest existing oil well. 1901 we started this. 1901 से लेके अब तक, even now we get oil. So it's the one of the oldest existing oil well in the world. In the world, oldest existing means very old, and even now it is giving oil. Okay, here. So you will be wondering, how did oil came here? Tethys Sea sediments. Don't forget Tethys Sea, because we had a sea here called Tethys Sea. Those Tethys Sea sediments were compressed and uplifted into Himalayas. So a lot of oil sediments are there in Himalayas. That is the reason Upper Assam towards Arunachal we get a lot of oil. Okay, a lot of Tethys Sea sediments are trapped here. Notice after Digboy, locate other places here. Tinsukia, Naharkatia, Numaligarh, Dibrugarh region, Abor Hill, Dumduma, Arunachal. Abor Hill, Dumduma, all these are oil wells. So a lot of oil is there here. Upper Assam and Arunachal belt. Tethys Sea sediments, remember. Because before Himalayas, we had a sea called Tethys Sea, which got uplifted. Okay, so a lot of oil wealth is here. Here, Upper Assam. All of you got this? Okay, locate Mongram here in Tripura. Mongram, both gas field, oil field I am marking. Mongram, Tripura. Done? Then, come down here. KG Basin, Krishna Godavari Basin, Rava, Tatipaka. Locate Rava and Tatipaka. KG Basin. KG Basin means Krishna Godavari. Godavari, here. Okay, here. Now, here, come to this side. Mumbai High. Mumbai High. Mumbai High. High because high seas in the water. It's in the water. Arabian Sea. Then Gujarat. Ankaleshwar. Azira. Ahmedabad. Kalol Balol. Mehsana. Okay, Ahmedabad, Kalol, Balol, Mehsana, Azira, Ankaleshwar. Done? Here. This belt. Gulf of Kambat belt. Gulf of Kambat and this region. Ahmedabad also. Lot of oil. Okay, done? From here, all of you go up. Here. Tanot. Tanot, Rajasthan here. Tanot. Jaisalmer. Tanot. Okay? Tanot. Then here in Barmer district of Rajasthan, all of you see here, Barmer is this district, close to Gujarat. Here also in desert of Thar desert of Rajasthan, they discovered 4 oil fields. It's a desert, no villages nearby. So as a result, they have given name of the goddess. Okay, Lakshmi here for the names, for the oil fields. Mangala, Bhagya, Aishwarya and Rajarayeshwari. These are oil fields of Rajasthan. MBAR they call it as. M is Mangala, B is Bhagya, A is Aishwarya, R is Rajarayeshwari. These are prosperous oil fields of Rajasthan. You got it? Remember I was telling you the other day, Rajasthan was not a desert. Gondwana. Gondwana period mein. So a lot of oil sediments are there here. Now it is desert because of the present climate. Present tropical climate. Because it is in rain shadow zone of Aravalis. It is desert now because earlier it was not a desert. So Rajasthan has good quality coal, oil, gas. So Mangala, Bhagya, Aishwarya and Rajarayeshwari. You will be shocked if I tell you the recent data says Rajasthan is the largest producer of oil. It is not Assam. Initially for many years it was Assam. Now Rajasthan has taken over. So which is the largest oil producing state? Rajasthan. Now statistics has changed. In some atlas, I think they have given the statistics also. Read. Oil, gas production. यहाँ पे ऊपर देखो, they have given production. Which is the first oil देखो. Oil here. Okay. 1 second. I'll take 1 second. Rajasthan, they have given crude oil. Arey, not coal. Don't see coal. I'm not talking about coal. What is the topic? Oil and natural gas. Oil देखो. Crude oil, petroleum. Last column देखो. Okay, last column. You can notice Rajasthan, Gujarat, Assam, Tamil Nadu. What is offshore means? Away from the coast. Offshore. Offshore matlab यहाँ पे. Like KG Basin is offshore. Mumbai is offshore. Offshore means away from the coast. Offshore. Okay. When it comes to onshore, Rajasthan. They'll ask that which is the largest oil producing state of India. Okay, Rajasthan. Nobody will be expecting that answer. Everybody will say Assam or Gujarat. But Rajasthan has taken over now. I told you this field. Mangala Bhagya Aishwarya Rajarashwari. If you want, you can Google this. Mangala Bhagya Aishwarya oil field. Anta will show prosperous oil fields. That means India has a lot of oil wealth. It is not like we don't have oil. But problem is our population is very high. Consumption is very high. Consumption of oil is very high. So next, future. These are all existing. Future means what? Reserve. I'm talking about reserve. Future ke liye. Right. Andaman Nicobar. I told you recently oil discovery. Andaman Sea. Future reserves I'm marking in yellow. Andaman Sea. Andaman Sea is also considered to be one of the largest oil field we have discovered recently. Then here Kaveri Delta. This is again they are saying oil is there here in Tamil Nadu. Kaveri Delta. Kaveri Delta. Tamil Nadu. Okay. That means government as of now is exploring how to extract oil or how much is present. It's in research level now. Once sufficient oil wealth is found, they will start mining. Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Gulf of Kutch. Gulf of Kutch. In these places, okay, so oil sediments have been discovered. That means in future, we are going to expect new wells here also. The color I have used for new future, ke liye yellow. Existing ones I have used pink. You can notice. Okay. Oil and natural gas. Okay. Next, there is a particular type of rock called shale. Shale bolke. Shale is also sedimentary. Same topic we are discussing. Sedimentary rock. Shale is also a type of sedimentary rock. Only thing is the shale contains clay plus limestone. Limestone is calcium carbonate. Okay. Plus kerogen, a mineral or organic matter called kerogen. So that makes shale very popular because of this organic material called kerogen. Okay. Kerogen is an organic material. Okay. Found inside shale along with clay and limestone. So extracting shale requires a new technology. As of now, we are keeping it as a reserve. Shale oil. Shale oil bolte hain. And gas. Shale is the name of sedimentary rock. It contains clay, limestone plus kerogen. Kerogen is the organic matter found inside. So wherever we get shale, there we are planning to extract shale oil, shale gas. Okay. This is again future. Future ke liye we are reserving it. Again, it is found in Andaman Sea, Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Gulf of Kutch. KG Basin. Shale is found in places like Andaman Sea. I am marking shale ke liye different color. Shale is found in here, Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Gulf of Mannar. KG Basin also. KG Basin. Then Gujarat. In 4 places we have discovered shale. Shale ke liye I have used other color. Okay. This is normal oil gas plus shale. Okay. Done. Distribution of oil gas. Now see next symbol. Refinery symbol. Same page. Refinery symbol is given by some industry symbol. Refinery ke liye different symbol is there. That is refinery. You can notice industry. industry. Like this, some industry symbol they have given. Like this, refinery. Okay. So first refineries in the country were built in Assam. Why? Because oil is there in Assam. Plus in the coast. Why in the coast? Because we import. We import crude oil and then refine it in India only. You got it? We get the crude oil from Gulf countries and then refine it where? In the country here. So first refineries were built where? Across the coastline and in Assam. In Assam alone we have 4 refineries. Please check. Please check 4 refineries of Assam. Notice in the northeast, extreme northeast, Digboy, Numaligarh, given Bongaigaon, Guwahati and Bongaigaon. So 4 refineries are here. I am using refinery green. Refineries here. 4 in Assam. Then come down now, all of you. Haldia, Calcutta ke paas. Haldia. Visakhapatnam. Then locate Tatipaka. Chennai. Nagapattinam. Kochi this side. Kochi, Kerala. Mangalore. Mumbai High, Mumbai. 2 refineries here. Mumbai High, Mumbai. Done? Notice here. Here. Koyali. Jamnagar. The Jamnagar is the world's largest refinery. Now you know. Reliance. Jamnagar Reliance is the world's largest. Can you imagine world's largest means what? Okay, it is going to change the oil equation in the world. Why? Because they get oil from other countries here. After processing, they sell it to other countries now. So as a result, we get money. We are like an intermediate now. So from Russia, we are getting oil. After processing, we are sending it to US and Europe. Who is making money? We are making money now. So like this, Jamnagar is changing the equations now. It is very, very large. Almost 3 times larger than the second largest refinery. You got it? So as a result, second largest refinery is in Saudi Arabia. So ours is 3 times larger than the second. You can imagine. It means nobody will be able to even construct close to this. So this is a game changer for us. Jamnagar here. Jamnagar. Okay. Largest, world's largest. You got it now? These refineries we have built. Okay. When these refineries were built, what happened? A lot of people started migrating into these areas in search of work. Because refineries there means, I told you, a lot of employment. Plus petrochemical industries will generate more employment. So a lot of migration started taking place to these areas because of the refineries, petrochemical industries. So then what happened? These areas started growing faster. These states started lagging behind. Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, UP and all. So then government decided to give them refineries also. These states also. Like Baruni. Notice Baruni, Bihar. They set up one refinery in Baruni. Okay, here. Baruni, Bihar. Mathura, UP. Notice Mathura. Panipat, Haryana. Batinda, Punjab. Bina, Madhya Pradesh. You got it? Each of these states, Bimaru states, okay, lagging behind. Correct? Because these are only agricultural states. So they were also given one refinery. Now when refinery is given, what happens? How will you provide oil? Oil is here. So pipeline. We started making pipelines. Pipelines help us in connecting oil well to consumption centers like this. Now all the oil wells come down like this. Notice that so many lines are going across the country. Like this. Have you noticed? So many pipelines are running across the country like this. So pipelines connect oil well to refineries to consumption center. Consumption center, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai are consumption centers where large industries are located. When refineries were given to these states, what happens now? Petrochemical industries will invest now. Employment generation will take place in these states. Migration will come to an, like can reduce to some extent. I'm not saying migration will completely stop. It will come down by some extent. Reverse migration will take place. What is reverse migration? People who had come to Mumbai, they'll go back and work here in their respective states. As a result, reverse migration will take place. Regional growth will take place here. It will reduce regional inequality. Regional inequality. Okay. So that is how these states started benefiting now. That is then Bihar is second fastest growing state after Gujarat. If you see the states which is progressing, Gujarat is first, then followed by Bihar now. Bihar was nowhere in the list earlier. Correct. So now it's like a lot of things are changing now very rapidly. So you know how the pipeline topics will come. Pipeline I will discuss when I discuss transportation. So I wanted to discuss this topic because we have discussed formation, oil, refinery we discussed. So I wanted to show you where we have oil in India and where we have refineries. Okay. So please remember oil well, gas well. Okay. So this is very important. Distribution of oil and gas. Next topic we'll come back to the sedimentary rocks now. Types of sedimentary rock. Now you'll understand types. Sedimentary. Types of sedimentary rock. See, sedimentary rocks are classified into three types. First one, clastic. Other one is chemically formed sedimentary rock. Other one is organically formed sedimentary rock. What is SR? Sedimentary rock. Okay. Types of sedimentary rocks. First one is clastic. Second one is chemically formed sedimentary rock. Third one is organically formed sedimentary rock. Okay. The word clastic means what? Mixture. Mixture of so many different sediments. Like different sizes. Have you noticed sometimes when you pick up a rock, there will be some big size sediments, smaller size, different sized sediments you can notice. First, I'll show you one photo so that you'll understand. So you notice this rock. You notice this. In this rock, notice this. What all do you notice? Observe here. Correct. Different small pieces of other rocks are there here. And some sand is there. All of them have been compacted. Correct. And it has become another rock. If you investigate this rock, you will get other rocks also, different rocks also here. And notice that all of them are different shape, angular shaped sediments. Where did they come from? Rivers. Rivers brought them to the ocean, sea, river, lake. All of them compacted below the water body, forming this. No, notice how it looks. This is clastic. Clastic is mixture of different sized, shaped sediments. I'll show you one more. Conglomerate volcano. You notice this rock. This is again very interesting rock. This one. Again, it is formed due to compaction of different size rocks, but these are all rounded. Notice this round shape here. That one was angular. You notice the difference. But main aspect is it contains stones, pebbles, bigger size stones and all. Okay, and also contains sand. Okay, so sedimentary rocks look like that. That is clastic. What you just saw is clastic. Okay, so we have classified this into different types. First, you write breccia example, breccia, conglomerate, sandstone, mudstone, shale. Okay, these contains pebbles, small pebbles, so they are called as rhodaceous sedimentary rock. This contains sand mostly, so arenaceous. Arena means sand. Arenaceous. These two contains clay like material, so argillaceous. So we have three types of clastic sedimentary rock. Three types of clastic. Rhodaceous contains pebbles. All of you understand? Pebbles. Small pebbles or granules. Okay, don't write pebbles, write granule. Or stones. Can I use the word stones? Simple word. Stones. Small stones are there. Stones. I showed you both the photo. Conglomerate contained rounded pieces of rock. Breccia contained angular pieces of rocks. Okay. So they are asking this now, what I wrote now. What is arenaceous, argillaceous and rhodaceous? This level they are now. UPSC, what they are doing, they are making it too technical. If they ask this, correct, again further technical. So as a result, they are asking basics. How to classify clastic rock? Not given in books, but I have told you. Rhodaceous contains stones. Arenaceous contains sand. Arena means sand. Argillaceous means clay. That is the difference. If it is minute sediments, ye dono. Clay. If it contains sand, arenaceous. Stones, rhodaceous. Okay, they'll ask this. I'm telling you. Yeah, I got exam mein. Clear? So this is first. Clastic means different types of rocks. For example, if you notice sandstone, among all this is very popular. Sandstones are very popularly found in Rajasthan, present day Rajasthan region and all we have. Okay, so this sandstone, what they do, they extract it. Okay, they cut it into slabs like half-inch, 1-inch slab. Okay, and they use it for construction activities, especially for the wall, outdoor wall, not indoor, outdoor. They build a building, okay, and they paste this sandstone on the wall. You got it? So it looks nice. You don't have to paint Allah. It will remain for a long time, many thousands of years. If one rock falls also, you can take another rock and paste it there in that space. It will reduce your painting expense. Okay, earlier there was no paint concept and all. So this was done. Now you know Red Fort, Agra Fort, Fatehpur Sikri, Humayun Tomb. Correct? All this area, Rajasthan, pink city of Jodhpur, Jaipur, Jaisalmer. All these have pink rocks there. Jaipur is one of them, pink city. But all the other cities also in Rajasthan have fort. All of them have one thing in common. Sandstone. Forts of Rajasthan. Correct. Agra, Delhi architecture. Whatever we have. All that is what? Sandstone. Then when the New Delhi was planned. Then Parliament House, Rashtrapati Bhavan. All the architecture of New Delhi. Also they used sandstone. Now the new Parliament House also you notice. They have used what? Sandstone. Okay. In Red Fort they have used red stone. red color sandstone. So it's called a red fort. Okay. So because Parliament House and all are what? They are very important structures. We can't send workers to paint and all. Security issues will be there. So they use sandstone so that long term we can maintain. Okay. So like this, sandstone is very popular. Remember. Now coming to chemically formed sedimentary rock. In this, right, chemically formed sedimentary rock, mein, first one, dolomite. Rock salt. Rock salt you might have seen while cooking food, we use rock salt. Okay. Gypsum for making cement. Correct. Glass and all, we use calcium sulfate. Gypsum is calcium sulfate. Lime. Calcium oxide. Lime is calcium oxide. We put lime outside the wall, white color is all lime only. Okay, villages and all, they use lime, mix it with water and then put it on the wall. Paint, low cost paint. Okay, lime, gypsum, rock salt, dolomite, even iron ore also. Iron ore is also sedimentary rock. All these are chemically formed sedimentary rock due to chemical action. Okay, two or different minerals joining together, reacting with each other. Okay. So dolomite is calcium magnesium carbonate. Okay, remember. Rock salt, different types of rock salts are there. Sodium chloride, magnesium sulfate. Okay. Gypsum is calcium sulfate, CaSO4. Lime is CaO, calcium oxide. Iron ore, iron, ferric oxide. Iron ore is ferric oxide. You don't have to know the chemical names, don't worry. Only this name you remember. Okay. Chemically formed sedimentary due to the action of minerals with each other. Finally, last one, organically formed. Organically formed, we have limestone. Limestone is nothing but calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Okay. This is secreted by organisms like coral polyps, mollusk. They all secrete. Have you seen clams, bivalves? If you go to the beach, on the coast you'll bring some snail, slug. All that is what? Limestone. Snail, slugs, bivalves. Correct. All those mollusk, they secrete calcium carbonate. Coral polyps secrete calcium carbonate. All that you collect, all that together, they'll become limestone. I'll show you the photo quickly. We'll see snail, shell. These kind of shells you have seen, snail, slugs, bivalves. Okay, all this different types. This is nothing but calcium carbonate secreted by the organisms. Even coral polyps also. They secrete shell. The word coral itself means limestone they secrete. See, this is all limestone secretion. I'll talk about zooxanthellae, coral polyps, symbiotic relationship, how they survive and all we'll discuss. See how it looks. So limestone. Can you see the color? Okay, coral polyps. So limestone is secreted by various organisms in the water. That is naturally formed. So organically formed. That is one. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Then coal. Coal is also organically formed sedimentary rock from plants and trees. Coal is formed from plants and trees. Okay, we'll discuss this coal because that's our topic. Coal also we have to discuss. Okay, so coal is organically formed sedimentary rock. Okay, how we will see. Let's say all of you might have heard of let's say wetland. So let's say this is land here and this is water. Notice this. this is water. Wherever we see this kind of situation where there is land and water on the land for a very long time, what happens? The soil and rocks are saturated with water. The land that is saturated with water is called as wetland. What is wetland? Land that is saturated, means mixed well, is called as wetland. Please write, land that is saturated with water. Land saturated with water. Why? Because water is on the land for most part of the year. Soil and rocks will be mixed with water. Okay. So kind of hydric soil will be there here. Hydric soil. Hydric soil. We call that as hydric soil. Hydric soil. That means when you, let's say sometimes you see this kind of situation, there is land and water. You think that okay, there is not much water and you go there. As soon as you go there, it will bury you like almost up to this deep or like this much. More you paddle, more you go down. Correct? Muddy situation where the soil is saturated with water. Have you noticed in films and all they have shown that? So you start going down inside. More you move, more you go down. So hydric soil. Okay, saturated soil. Very dangerous actually. So that is the reason we should be very careful. People sometimes they misunderstand lakes and rivers and jump to swim. Especially you have seen when they jump, they'll get entangled. Their legs will get entangled into the soil. So many of them die. So that is the reason you should never jump into a lake or a river or a dam water to swim, because there will be a lot of soil below, silt. It will be saturated. Swimming pool is made only for that reason, to swim, so that you can swim safely. Okay, so that is the reason you should know this, because recently in Karnataka, two people, they jumped into the water. They thought okay they can swim, anta. They died. So that is the reason I recalled that incident. So because below the water you don't know what is there. There will be a lot of roots, plants also, hydrophytes. Either your leg will get entangled into them or the soil. You will not be able to come up. Even the good swimmers, they have killed. They got killed because of this. So be careful. So now you remember water and soil. So the soil is hydric in nature, so it is anaerobic in nature. What is anaerobic? Lacking oxygen. Anaerobic. Anaerobic in nature means lacking oxygen. Now see this now. Here in the wetland, some plants and trees will be growing here. You would have noticed some trees, grasses, reed and all. Correct? In the wetlands, you would have noticed this situation where there is water also. Correct? Grasses and trees. Grasses and trees. Like this. Okay, trees and grasses. Wherever we have trees, large number of trees growing in the water, we call them as swamp. Swamp. If there are only grasses, we call them as marsh. You remember this now. Next time you go towards your village and you notice some grasses growing in the water, okay, it's marsh. Like paddy. Paddy is a marsh. Paddy, man-made marsh. Paddy field. Even in paddy also like that only. If you go into paddy field, your leg will go down into the water. Paddy. Okay. Paddy is a marsh. Where you go, grasses. Trees are there means what? Swamp. Now, the coal forms in swamp. Wherever there is swampy environment. That means when the tree someday they will dry. Everything has a lifespan. The tree will die. Where it will go? It will get buried here. All of you notice this. Earlier, large number of swamps were there across the earth. Wetlands were there. During earthquake or volcano or asteroid impact, these got destroyed. These trees got buried under the wetland. So what happens when the trees get buried here in this soil, hydric soil? It is anaerobic. So it will decompose anaerobically. Anaerobic decomposition hoga. So the carbon in the trees contain what? Carbon. The trees contain carbon. Will remain there only. Correct. Forming coal. First is peat form hoga. So anaerobic decomposition of plants and trees leads to the formation of peat. First stage. This is first stage. First, what is formed? Peat. Slowly, over the period of time, peat becomes lignite. lignite banega. Means it takes time. I'm not saying in one day it will happen. It will take 350 million years slowly to reach anthracite coal बनने के लिए. Lignite. Then subbituminous. Bituminous. Then the final anthracite. Anthracite coal. So all this takes time, lot of time. Little heat and pressure. Moderate amount of heat and pressure. Over the period of time, because of heat and pressure within the soil, in anaerobic environment, the carbon gets stored, trapped, and becomes coal. The best quality coal is anthracite, the final one. Okay, rich in carbon, means more energy if you burn. Low quality is peat. So nobody uses peat. They start using from lignite onwards. Now you got it. So where is coal formed? Swamps. Ancient swamps, 350 million year old swamps are giving us coal today. The trees in the wetland, correct, many millions of years ago, they died. They got buried. Gradually, because of heat and pressure, correct, decomposing in anaerobic environment, led to the formation of coal. Best quality coal. So it takes time for the coal to form. So plants and trees say we get coal. All this is coal. The topic is about formation of coal. Today's class, I have told you formation of oil, gas and formation of coal. Okay. Please remember, coal, oil and natural gas, all these are called as fossil fuel, fossil fuels, also called as mineral fuels, because they are found inside the rocks. They are found inside the rock. They are called as mineral fuel. Your atlas heading also you notice. What is the heading of your atlas? Mineral fuel, fossil fuels. Formation of coal. Okay. So please remember, the trees which were once upon a time in the swamp, when they die, they get buried in the hydric soil, which is anaerobic, slowly decompose, forming coal, starting from peat. Okay, in many books they have given peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite. Middle one is not given. Subbituminous. I have added that because there is also there. Peat, lignite, subbituminous, bituminous, and then anthracite. Anthracite has very high content carbon, 98% carbon. As a result, it gives more energy. Correct. It contains less sulfur. So as a result, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide is not released in this. But in this case, yes, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide are released. Okay, please remember. So formation of coal. Same map. Check the same map. Distribution of coal. Coal symbol देखो. Some rock symbol they have given. Rock symbol they have given for coal. Check please. So most of the coal we have in India are Gondwana coal. Because when India was part of Gondwana, then it was formed. I told you, it takes a lot of time. 350 million years I told you. Remember I told you, time required is very long time. 300 to 350 million years is required. So that means India was part of Gondwana. We have discussed plate tectonics class already. India was earlier part of Gondwana land. Then the coal was formed. That time, that old coal, we are finding it now in India. Okay. Now see, we start from Gujarat. Umar Sir. Umar Sir given. Umar Sir in Run of Kutch. Okay. Palana, Rajasthan. Palana, Rajasthan. Rajasthan. You should know where is Rajasthan first. Okay. Palana. Nichahom Valley, Kalakot, Jammu Kashmir. Nichahom Valley, Kalakot, J&K. These are the best quality coal we have in India. What type? Anthracite type. Okay, Gujarat, Rajasthan, J&K mein we have anthracite. Rest is all bituminous, subbituminous lignite variety. Baki sab. That means in India we don't have anthracite. Okay, but statistically India is the third largest producer and consumer of coal after China, US. India is third largest producer and consumer after China and US. Third position, but good quality we don't have. Okay, we have only bituminous, subbituminous. Most of the good quality coal we import from Australia and South Africa. We are importing now anthracite from Australia and South Africa. Now continue. Where we are in J&K. Now come to Assam. Foot Himalayan deposits below Bhutan. In Assam, locate foot Himalayan deposits. Foot Himalayan deposits. Foot Himalayan deposits in Assam. Then go to eastern Assam, Dibrugarh, Sibsagar. That region also small deposits are there. You can see here. Okay, not much, but recently they are found, they are discovered. Then come to Meghalaya. Sizu, Langrain, Darangiri, Cherrapunji. Given Cherrapunji, Langrain, Sizu, Darangiri. These are all coal fields of Meghalaya. Here, Meghalaya. Okay, Meghalayan fields. Then come to this side, Tamil Nadu, Neyveli, lignite. Neyveli as lignite, Tamil Nadu. Kerala, Karnataka, no coal. Remember, Kerala, Karnataka, no coal. Okay. Come to Andhra, Telangana border now. Okay. Kantapalli, Tanduru, Vamanpalli, Singarini. Look at it given. All this. Singarini given. Kantapalli. Okay. Tanduru, Chinnuru, all this. Go up to Tanduru, then Wardha Valley, Maharashtra. You are entering Maharashtra now. Telangana to Maharashtra side. Umred. Given? Now stop. Now jump to Madhya Pradesh. Singrauli से start करो. Singrauli से लेके all the way up to Raniganj in West Bengal. It is one area. Complete Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha. That is one full belt. Largest coal deposits of India are found in Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand. Okay. As of now, largest producer is Chhattisgarh. Largest producer of coal in India is Chhattisgarh, followed by Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. Statistics also given here. Dekho. Coal, first column, Chhattisgarh, then Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand. Can you all see that? Statistics. That you write. Copy that to the notes. In some atlas they have given that. Dekho, there below. There, that one. They have given Allah. Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand. Statistics keep changing. Correct. Whatever I am saying today might not be the same after 2 years. That all of you know now. Statistics change. Production change. But as of now, you remember. So where we are now? We are in Madhya Pradesh now. Start from here only. Singrauli and all. One field you see. Big ones, I'll tell you. Okay. So go towards Raniganj in West Bengal. That is the first coal field of India. India's first coal field This was opened in 1776. 1776, you can imagine. East India Company, when they came to India. So Raniganj is first coal mine that you notice. Look at Jaria in Jharkhand. Jaria in Jharkhand, largest coal field of India. Jaria. Okay. Okay. Somewhere in 1910, around that time, while mining the coal, it caught fire. Jaria coal field got fire. It's the largest coal field of India. Coal fire, if it catches fire, no matter how many years it rains, no matter what you do, you will not be able to doze it off. Since 1910, now 96 or 97, till now it's burning. It's a burning coal field of India. It looks like this. Various spots of fire you can see. Okay, the coal keeps burning like this. Lot of hidden pockets of fire. You will not be able to do anything. Jaria in Jharkhand. So a lot of environmental issues are there here, because when the coal mine burns, carbon dioxide is released, sulfur dioxide is released, nitrogen dioxide is released, which can lead to acid rain. Plus. Okay, and also it will cause methane, release of methane, coal bed methane also. Lot of greenhouse gases are released. Okay. So a lot of which part of India and all they are showing here. Jaria comes where? Is an area of 270 square kilometers. Underground fires have been burning more than a century. So like somewhere long back it caught fire. Since then we are unable to doze it off. Means one side they are removing, other part is burning like that. You might have said every year monsoon may come se come it should come down. No, because once the coal catches the fire, no point, it will never stop. It will keep burning forever. Okay. So they'll ask, which is the burning coal field of India? So what people do, they are like, they need money Allah. So they carry in cycles and all sell in the black market, run their livelihood like this. Because government can't do anything. So nor they are exploiting it in a commercial scale. So people want money in the surrounding areas. So they are doing this. They call us coal cycle walas. Coal cycle walas. And also related health issues. We'll discuss this when we discuss. These are very sensitive topics, because like within our country we have so many environmental issues. Correct. As a civil servant, you have to go through this very delicately. Neither you can oppose the government here, nor you can betray the people. You have to take a balance route. Protect the environment, at the same time develop the country, so that people also are not suffered because of this. That also we should reduce. Country also should develop. Correct. There is a challenge civil servants face when you are working in Jharkhand, Jaria. Correct. It's very difficult. You have seen a lot of health issues. People are suffering. At the same time, coal mining has to run. You got it. Neither you can stop nor you can prevent that from happening. So that is a challenge we are facing. How to take a balanced approach. Okay, here in the class I might say we should stop all coal mine. Practical nahi hai. But it's not practical. So we'll talk about that. Those kind of issues. Okay. Development versus environment. That debate is there. So all of you know coal distribution in the country. That coal field you notice. I can say even more. Bokaro. Can you see Bokaro? Bokaro, Bilai region here. All these are Jharkhand only here. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, that belt. There are so many fields, they have given numbers there. You can see the number list is given somewhere. Big list is there. Singhbhum, Bokaro, Bilai, Rourkela. All these are coal fields of India. Largest coal field is present between Madhya Pradesh to West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha. Talcher, look at Talcher. Talcher, another coal field. Talcher, Talcher. Talcher, one of the largest. Okay, Korba, look at Korba. Plus, we have Naxalism issue also here, same belt. As a result, that is even more delicate. Now, central government is like have launched large scale anti-Naxal correct operations across these regions. So they are reducing that also. That is again another sensitive topic. Okay, so remember, because all this started when during the British rule. I told you 1776 only. So we had Jamindari system also, which exploited the people. So as a result, it became a very huge issue. Naxalbari movement, which started during the British rule itself, it continued after India's independence. Okay, so as a result, so that is a very sensitive topic here in this belt: Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra belt. Okay, please remember this. Okay, we'll discuss that. Lot of coal mines. So in industries class, I'll tell you why most of the industries are located in this belt. Raw materials. Some industries are raw material driven. They require raw materials like coal and iron ore. Correct? These are heavy raw materials. So industries have to locate close to these raw materials to minimize their transportation cost. So that is when most of the India's iron and steel industries came up here. In the same belt, what we are talking about, in the same belt we have many iron and steel industry. Many of you might have heard of Jamshedpur. Jamshedpur, one of the earliest, before independence only we started this. Tata, Jamshedji Tata. Okay, iron and steel company, Tisco, we call it as. It started in Jamshedpur. Jamshedpur is in Jharkhand. Then Bilai, Bokaro, Rourkela, Durgapur. All these are the other iron and steel industries of this area. So after independence, we started many more. Okay, apart from this area, we have iron ore in Karnataka, Bhadravati. So we started there, Bhadravati and in Bellary district of Karnataka. So there we have iron and steel industry, like that. We'll discuss distribution of iron and steel industries. For now, you remember coal, because coal is a very important raw material for mineral based industries. Okay, iron and steel industries. Since our topic is about coal, I am limiting myself to coal. Later we discuss that. Okay, so we have discuss the types of sedimentary rock. Okay, so please notice, first we discussed igneous, then we discussed sedimentary. These are formed from sediments. These are formed from lava and magma. That all of us know. So igneous rock and sedimentary rock, after their formation, they'll come under extremely high temperature and pressure. Let's say extremely high temperature and pressure. Under extremely high temperature and pressure, both the igneous and sedimentary will undergo change, modification. Okay, change in their structure, change in their mineral alignment, change in their color, composition, everything will change under extreme heat and pressure. First we discussed igneous, then we discussed sedimentary. These are formed from sediments. These are formed from lava and magma. That all of us know. So igneous rock and sedimentary rock, after their formation, they'll come under extremely high temperature and pressure. Let's say extremely high temperature and pressure. Under extremely high temperature and pressure, both the igneous and sedimentary will undergo change, modification. Okay, change in their structure, change in their mineral alignment, change in their color, composition, everything will change under extreme heat and pressure. That rock is called as metamorphic. Means meta means change, morph means structure, means the rock which has changed its structure, color, okay, mineral alignment, all this will change in the rock under heat and pressure, is called as metamorphic. The rock which is formed due to extremely high temperature and pressure is called as metamorphic. So metamorphic rocks are formed from which one? Igneous and sedimentary. For example, coal is what? Sedimentary. Correct. Coal is a sedimentary. Coal contains what? Carbon. Coal is sedimentary. Now only we saw. Coal is sedimentary, contains carbon. Under extremely high temperature and pressure, it becomes graphite and diamond. Remember yesterday's class I was telling you. Diamond is metamorphic. That is the reason it's very hard. Hardest substance on earth is diamond. Now, so under extremely high temperature and pressure, we get graphite and diamond. Same carbon only. Diamond also has carbon. Coal also has carbon. In coal, carbon atoms are haphazardly arranged. No proper mineral alignment. But in diamond, there is perfect arrangement of carbon atoms. That is the difference. The coal in the carbon in the coal and carbon in diamond have one difference. What is that? Mineral alignment. How they are arranged. Atomic arrangement. Okay. So as a result, in diamond, we have different arrangement than coal. So remember, that's the difference. That happens when? Under extremely high temperature and pressure. So graphite and diamond are basically metamorphic. Okay. So the rocks which change under extremely high temperature and pressure, correct, these rocks, and they become new rock, that is metamorphic. This process is called as metamorphism. Metamorphism means metamorphism process requires a lot of pressure and heat. Okay, let's say I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say when you all join civil service coaching, correct? So you'll be like igneous and sedimentary. But after the course of 1 year, you attend all the classes, you gain knowledge, correct? Your outlook will change. The way you think about situation will change. By the end of that 1 year, if you have gone through the test series, mock test, classes, long days of classes, test series and all, so you will become automatically a changed person. You are in that process now. You are going through this metamorphism now. After attempts, first attempt, second attempt, you are writing the exam, means what? By the time you clear, you have become what? Yes, diamonds. Like that. You have become hard, strong. There is then students who have gone through that process, who have given attempts and have cleared, especially 2-3 attempts के बाद clear हुए, 5-6 attempts के बाद clear हुए ना, they will have the highest perseverance. If you ask me, who is your best student? Correct, not the first attempt guy, not the student who has cleared in first attempt. I will always choose the person who has cleared in his last attempt. Why? The patience he has shown, you got it. It is not easy waiting for that long time. After 6th attempt, he is giving the attempt and he is clearing. It is not about attempts also. It's about the knowledge he has gained during that time. So they will be the toughest. So you everywhere you see the toughest civil servant is that person who has gone through that process. The student who has cleared in, I'm not saying don't clear in first attempt. Don't take me wrong. ऐसा नहीं बोल रहे. I'm saying don't give up anta. Indirectly I'm saying. You got it. So student who has taken the highest number of attempts and cleared despite that, all the hardship, they will be the toughest. Okay. So metamorphism is the process. It is a process. Remember that. Where the change takes place. So metamorphism, 2 types right now. 2 types. First one is thermal. Thermal is what? Heat. Thermal. Other one is dynamic. 2 types of metamorphism. Thermal metamorphism, dynamic metamorphism. So thermal means heat, dynamic means pressure. Okay. Thermal again 2 types. Contact with lava. Other one is, please write, Regional. Regional metamorphism. So thermal means heat. So where does the heat come from? Either the igneous sedimentary rock should come in contact with lava again. Again, new place volcanic activity will take place. So the lava will come in contact with the already existing rocks. For example, already यहाँ पे दो rock है, एक igneous rock और एक sedimentary rock. Already they have rock. They have already formed. Now let's say volcano is taking place. Magma is coming here now. So magma is coming in contact with this also. This also. Now what happens now? Heat will increase. These two rocks will melt again, resolidify. Then they will form. Means overall entire composition of the rock will change. Mineral element will change. Color will change. Whenever they come in contact with magma again. So that process is metamorphism. Thermal metamorphism. Contact metamorphism. Okay. Regional. Between two plates. Remember I told you two plates are converging. Like this. Converging boundary. Colliding boundary. One of them will go down. Subduction will occur. Correct. Like this. The other plate will go up. Like this. So there will be a lot of compression involved here. Between two plates. A lot of heat also is involved. Pressure is involved. Because of the two plates colliding. Okay. So then also one of the plates get destroyed here in the process. Correct. Other plate is going up. You notice. So islands and mountains are formed. So in this mountains, what rocks are formed? Metamorphic. I'll give you another example. Let's say Tethys Sea. We had Tethys Sea. Laurasia, Gondwana. So Indian plate collided with the Tethys Sea and Eurasian plate. What happened to the Tethys Sea sediments? Tethys Sea had what type of sediment? Sedimentary rocks. So when Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate, the Tethys Sea sediments were compressed. They were uplifted into Tibet and Himalayas. Tibet and Himalayas. So what rocks are formed in Himalayas? Metamorphic. So fold mountains may there will be lot of compression involved, lot of heat involved. So all fold mountains of the world, Rockies, Andes, Alps, Himalayas will contain metamorphic, low grade to high grade metamorphic rock. So if they ask you in Himalayas what rock we have? Metamorphic, because it has come under regional and dynamic metamorphism. Means too much pressure and heat it has witnessed. So that is the reason the rocks have been deformed and mountains are formed. So in Himalayas, what is the most popular type? Metamorphic. Okay, I'm not saying igneous is not there. Igneous bhi hai. Volcano bhi hua tha in the initial stages of Himalaya formation. Correct. Then small amount of igneous rocks are there, but majority are metamorphic. Let's say somebody simply asks you, Mount Everest mein what type of rock is there? Simply, metamorphic. Metamorphic. Okay. Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, what type of rocks we have? Metamorphic. You should be able to say. If somebody says this kind of questions, what rocks are very common in Himalayas? Metamorphic. You know the answer now. Because the sediments have come under too much pressure during this kind of collision. So we have metamorphic rocks in all fold mountains of the world. Correct? So please write metamorphic. The process of formation of metamorphic rock is called as metamorphism. What is metamorphism? Please write the process of formation. Process of formation of metamorphic rock is called as metamorphism. So you're all going through the metamorphism now. Okay. So three types of rock. We'll see the examples now of this metamorphic rock examples. We'll see. I'll go to the next page. Igneous this side, sedimentary. These two will become metamorphic. See here now. Let's say first example, like we'll take granite. Granite is very popular. Granite is an igneous rock, correct? Granite is a igneous rock. After metamorphism under extremely high temperature and pressure, it becomes gneiss. Gneiss. So Golconda, if you go to Golconda, it was initially granite. Now it has become gneiss because so many years have passed. Under heat and pressure, it has become gneiss. So what type of rock is there around Hyderabad? Granitic gneiss. Entire peninsular plateau of India. What type of rock is there? Granitic gneiss. Gneiss. In this G silent, when you pronounce it, you have to pronounce with more stress on I. Gneiss. Gneiss. Okay. G silent. Okay. Gneiss. Granitic gneiss. Gneiss is a metamorphic version. For example, you go to Hampi. All Hampi mein jo bhi temples hai na Hampi, you know Hampi? That is all gneiss. There is a stone chariot also. Stone chariot, Virupaksha, Vitala temple and all. That is all gneiss. Okay, Hampi. What they'll do? They'll take architecture one side. They'll ask rock used on the other side. Okay. Let's say for example we have limestone. Limestone under extremely heat and pressure becomes marble. Taj Mahal mein marble hai. Marble is what? A metamorphic rock. White color. Have you seen marble? If you go to ISKCON temple, ISKCON temples, all ISKCON temples across the country, they have used marble. All, if you go to any mosque nowadays, Jammu Masjid or Taj Mahal ka mosque jo bhi hai, they have used marble flooring. Okay. So limestone has become marble. You got it? Like this you should know. Like Taj Mahal mein kya, kaun sa rock hai? Maximum. Pyramid. Pyramids were made of what rock? Limestone. Egypt ka pyramid. Like that one word you should know. Okay. So granitic gneiss, Hampi. Like that you should know. Clay. Clay becomes slate. Slate. Okay. Slate becomes shale. Oh, sorry. Schist. Clay, slate, schist. Shale also. Shale is again another rock, becomes schist. Coal, carbon becomes graphite and diamond. Diamond. Sandstone becomes quartzite. Quartz, all of you heard of quartzite, sandstone. Like that, we have different metamorphic rocks. I have written like this because metamorphic rocks are formed from igneous sedimentary. So I have to show them both. Okay. The schist is very popular rock. Okay. Schist is a very hard rock. Okay. It can be easily chiseled into different statues. So if you go to any temple, inside the Garbhagudi we have a statue Allah, like Tirumala, Venkateshwara. This is the statue made from this rock. Schist. Okay. Even any temple in India. So the main statue is made of what rock? Schist. Okay. Because easily it can be chiseled into different statues and all. Beautifully carved. Okay. These statues, schist rocks contain small porous spaces. So they advise them to always apply some turmeric or sandalwood paste or milk and all. So that those porous spaces remain closed. Prevent from fracturing or cracking. That is the reason you notice they perform all this. They call it as puja. We call it as puja. They call it as seasoning. We call it as seasoning the rock. You go to any rock, when you have to maintain it for a very long time, so this has to be done to prevent the rock from further cracking, fracturing. Okay, you have seen a rock called Gomateshwara statue in Karnataka. Correct. So this Jain pilgrims centers are Bahubali और का statue है बहुत जगह पे. Jain pilgrim centers. So this statue of rock is made from one rock called gneiss, granitic gneiss. So every 12 years they perform the puja to prevent the rock from cracking up. So from then till now they have Mahamastakabhisheka, they call it as. All this will come in your art and architecture. I'm not diverting from the topic. I'm just telling you same from art part, culture part. Mahamastaka Visheka they call it as. Okay, to prevent the rock from further fracturing or cracking. Okay, otherwise small faults will develop. It will wide at an end and it will crack. So if you have to maintain that for a very long time, because these are all part of our history, Allah. Correct. If you don't maintain it, it will get damaged. So as a result, so in order to maintain them, we need to do that. So that's what they do. Now you know why they do perform that. Okay. Rocks from fracturing. Okay. To prevent any kind of cracks in the rock. So now you know what is igneous sedimentary and how they change into metamorphic. Now you know diamond is a metamorphic. Schists are metamorphic. Okay. Schist is very popular, remember. Marble, like Taj Mahal for example. Taj Mahal color was becoming darker because of smog. Smog around Agra, Delhi region. So many industries were shut down around Agra. Because the industries were releasing a lot of sulfur dioxide and nitric oxide. That was reacting with water and become sulfuric acid, nitric acid. That was affecting the marble, Taj Mahal ka. So as a result, they shut down the industries. Okay. So remember this. So all these are very important rocks. So in metamorphic rock, one thing we notice is, so when the minerals realign, I told you, the mineral realignment will be noticed. When the minerals realign, so they have banded appearance in the rock like this. So banded appearance can be seen. That is one identifying factor here. Okay. So this is called as foliation or lineation. Please remember, they'll ask which rock will develop foliation or lineation marks on the rock. So metamorphic rocks have that banded appearance. Foliation we call it as. Kind of a mark can be seen on the rock. I'll show you now. Foliation or lineation. Why it is called a lineation? Because it appears like a line. Linear shaped. That is the identifying feature in most metamorphic rock. I'm not saying all. Most metamorphic rock we can identify. Okay. So in one page what you have to do, write all the architecture one side and the rock used on the other side. Like forts of Rajasthan, sandstone. Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament House, sandstone. Okay, like that. Taj Mahal, marble. Like that you write all the monuments one side. Like Badami Haihole, Karnataka, sandstone. Like that. Make one list please. Because that is a match the following question. It will shock you. Geography, art, architecture. दोनों मिला के एक question. See, UPSC में you have to know how to link geography with polity, economics, art, history and all. Most of the questions are coming like that nowadays. Okay, so that's if you know how to link, it will be easy to write good answers in GS. Okay, if you think every subject is separate, then you are failing it miserably. You will not be able to score well. So you should know how they are asking questions nowadays. They are asking why certain battles take place in the same place again and again. Battle of Plassey, Panipat. Why it was a field, battlefield. Correct? Why? They are asking. Okay. So foliation we'll see quickly. I'll show you how the rocks change. See, this is the igneous rock. But you notice the metamorphic rock here, this lines, this banded appearance. See, notice the banded appearance. Do you notice this? Bands. All of you have seen this, I'm sure. This is knees. Mein aisa milega. Banded line like appearance. Very common around Hyderabad. Ye dono. This kind of banded appearance will be there. Okay. Metamorphic rock. As soon as you see this, you should know, okay, this is a metamorphic rock. This is called as foliation or lineation mark. Like this. White color, black color and all lines are there. Okay. Any doubt in this last topic? Notice this. First, we started with igneous. Igneous rocks are formed from cooling and solidification of lava and magma. Yes, cooling and solidification of lava and magma. This is first term. Rock. Then slowly the rock will weather, weathering, erosion, and all. I'll talk about this weathering now. Next topic. Weathering will take place. The rocks will become smaller. They'll get deposited in under the water body, lakes, and all. There, sedimentary rocks are formed. Sedimentary rocks are formed from compaction and lithification. Compaction and lithification. Lithification of sediments. Okay, these sediments of this rock, they'll become sedimentary. Sediments of metamorphic rock will become sedimentary, like that. So igneous and sedimentary under extremely high temperature and pressure, pressure, they'll become metamorphic, like this. Again, metamorphic rock will weathering means disintegration of rock. When it disintegrates, it becomes small sediments. It will become sedimentary. Okay. Finally, when the two plates collide, what happens? I told you, when the two tectonic plates collide, like this, one of the plate has to subduct Allah. When the tectonic plates collide, the subduction takes place. One plate goes up, other plate goes down. This plate contains all rocks, igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic. When it is going down, what happens? Asthenosphere. This will melt. Correct, na? Magma is formed. So when the plate subducts, it takes the rocks also. Which rock? This rock, down into asthenosphere. All of them will melt, becomes magma. And the magma comes out, causing lava. That means, again, the new igneous rock is formed. The cycle begins. Again, the cycle begins. That means matter is cyclic. Matter is cyclic. So this is called as rock cycle. Rock cycle bolte isko. That means when the new rock is formed, igneous rock is formed due to volcanoes, don't think the earth weight will increase. No. The igneous rock that is formed now is due to the melting of already existing rocks inside. Already जो rocks था पहले वो melt होने के बाद ही they are becoming igneous again. The cycle starts again from igneous. Remember I told you everything started from igneous, and then became sedimentary, then metamorphic, then finally back to igneous again. Okay, so it's a cycle. So the rock outside what you have today, they'll not remain in the same form. They'll change slowly. So the process continues. This is called as rock cycle. It's a very simplified diagram. If I show you online, it will be very complicated. But I'm trying to make it simple because in exam this much is enough. Okay, rock cycle. So this is again igneous rock is found when plates subduct. Subduction of plate causes them to melt, form new rocks again. Okay, done. Right, fast. Subduction causes the plate to melt, and again it will come back as igneous rock, magma. So this is a very lengthy topic because of coal we added, oil, natural gas also we added in the middle. That became kind of lengthy. Okay. See, I have covered fossil fuels. Again, I will not cover when I cover Indian geography. Okay, distribution of coal, distribution of oil, gas, we have done Allah. That you remember. Part of this rocks class. And also application to Indian geography. If I start doing it again in the future, again it will waste time. Okay. Volcanoes of India have shown. Seismic zones of India have shown. Like that again I will not repeat them. Okay. Shall we continue? Okay. So one more topic we'll cover now. Chemically formed sedimentary rock में iron ore. Please write iron ore. Next heading. Because instead of starting new topic, I'll finish this now only. Iron ore. It is a chemically formed sedimentary rock. Chemically formed sedimentary rock. Means what? It forms from the sediments. Sediments of other rocks. So, on earth, iron is the most abundant mineral. If you take the entire earth, most abundant mineral is iron. Rocks and all contain iron. So this iron comes in contact with oxygen, O2, undergoes oxidation. Let's say oxygen were in the air or in water. So the iron comes in contact with oxygen, undergoes oxidation and becomes ferric oxide. Don't worry about the reaction, just write ferric oxide, also called as red oxide. This gives red color to the soil. Ferric oxide, red oxide बोलते हैं इसको. This makes the soil appear red in color. So oxidation is a process in which the iron undergoes oxidation, comes in contact with oxygen and becomes ferric oxide. Okay, oxidation. Please remember this. This is called as ferric oxide. Once this is formed, it is found on the surface. That is in most of the South Indian region we have red soil. If you take our peninsular plateau, correct? If you notice Gujarat here, this entire belt here, except the volcanic basalt region, everywhere here, Aravalli se leke, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh se leke, Tamil Nadu tak, we have igneous rock, metamorphic rock. Here, igneous rock, metamorphic rocks contain iron. They undergo oxidation, forming ferric oxide. Across this region, we have red soil across, very common soil. Okay, that is one part. Imagine floods. Now, think of rivers. Rivers, when they flow, they carry this soil. That is reason sometimes you notice when the river is flowing, you can see some red color soil also going with it, muddy water. All this water will carry the ferric oxide. The ferric oxide is carried by the rivers. And these rivers drained into large depressions like this. Earlier, I am talking about millions of years ago, the rivers started flowing into the depressions like this. When they flow into a depression like this, they'll carry all this ferric oxide also here. The water and ferric oxide mixture will be there here. Water plus ferric oxide. So water, once it settles here, after some time, the water looks muddy initially. The ferric oxide will slowly settle down. It will precipitate down. Have you seen sometimes in fish aquarium, you are adding water, soil and all. It looks muddy for first day. After some time, have you noticed all the soil will precipitate down. And after a day, the water becomes clear. Then you can add the fish. So soil will go down, settle down, precipitate because it is heavy. So soil particles and ferric oxide, since it is denser, goes down and settles where? Here. Like this. Many layers of ferric oxide got deposited. Concentrated ferric oxide started depositing, precipitated at the bottom. Okay. The ferric oxide precipitated, spelling. Precipitated means to go down and settle. Okay. Precipitated to the bottom. Like this. For many thousands of years it happened. It takes a lot of time. First, the river should carry the ferric oxide to the depression, and then gradually all of it will settle. Where? In the water bodies. Gradually all the water will evaporate, leaving behind only this. So the ferric oxide will be in large quantity. That becomes iron ore. That's how iron ore is formed. Okay, the iron ore deposition takes place over a very long time when the river carries ferric oxide in the soil and deposits in the lake or any depression. Slowly all of them will accumulate over a very long time, and all of them get accumulated over a area. Soon water will evaporate, leaving behind only the dry lake. Dry lake. All of you have seen dry lake. So below, what it contains? Concentrated ferric oxide in large concentration. So that became iron ore. That is the reason sometimes iron ore is found on the surface only. Have you noticed? People go and take iron ore on the surface deposits only. Okay. And due to tectonic movement, folding, faulting, what happens? They get lifted up into a mountain or a hill. The reason most of this iron ore can be found on a hill or a mountain after many millions of years. So when the tectonic activity happen, all this can get lifted up under compression. It will become a mountain. Folding or faulting can result in accumulation of these iron ore in the form of a hill or a mountain. Okay. Either they can be found on the surface level itself or in the form of a mountain. Either like this or like this. Right. Quickly write. So there is an everywhere the iron deposits get accumulated over some places. We get this. Types of iron ore. I'll write here. All of you might have heard of magnetite. Correct? Hematite. Goethite. Limonite. Siderite. 5 types of iron ore are there. In books they have given 4. We have identified new one. Goethite. So have you heard of this magnetite, hematite? These two at least you would have known. In school also you have studied this. Magnetite. Okay. I'll tell you the percentage iron ore also. As per the GSI, magnetite contains 72.4% iron. Hematite contains 69.9. Goethite contains 62.9. Please write exactly as it is. Don't write approximate. Iron content in each of these. Okay. Magnetite, hematite, goethite, limonite, siderite. 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 Okay. So this percentage you have to write exactly. Don't write up 73, 70 like that. Write like this. So these are all forms of ferric oxide in different proportion. So oxidation of iron gives us ferric oxide that gets accumulated over a long time in water bodies. Okay. So in India we have highest quantity of iron ore, magnetite, hematite in Karnataka and Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, that belt. Okay. We'll see iron ore deposits also quickly. The topic will be over today itself. So now see, that is the reason I have said iron ore is a chemically formed due to chemical action. Okay, chemical reaction से बना है. Okay, so right, quick see India map. Iron ore. Next topic is iron ore. Iron ore deposits in India. This is a belt. This is Western Ghats. Western Ghats में Baba Budangiri Hills, Kudremukh region of Karnataka. This is Bellary area of Karnataka. These two. We will get magnetite, hematite. Best quality iron ore. Best quality iron ore here. And then Odisha. Rest is all this belt. Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh belt. Okay. So the largest concentration of iron ore is found here in this belt. In your Atlas minerals, what is the symbol for iron ore? Just notice that. Statistics, I'll tell you. Okay, we'll write this also. Goa Maharashtra belt also you write. Goa Maharashtra belt. Okay, I'll only write now here. Quickly write. First one. Odisha Jharkhand belt. Odisha Jharkhand. Means including Chhattisgarh. Because Odisha to Jharkhand, if you go, you'll have to Chhattisgarh also will come. You notice that. Odisha to Jharkhand. Means Chhattisgarh also included. That is one belt. Or we'll take Odisha Jharkhand one side. Chhattisgarh belt will write Durg Bastar. Durg Bastar. Chandrapur. Belt of Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh. Third one, Bellary Chikmagalur. Chikmagalur. Karnataka. Goa Maharashtra belt. Goa Maharashtra belt is 4. These 4 belts we find iron ore in India. So in Karnataka, what happened? In the Western Ghats, this region, Kudremukh Babadungiri comes in Western Ghats. Supreme Court banned mining because of the sensitive nature of this. It's a UNESCO hotspot. World Heritage Site also. As a result, mining here will cause a lot of weathering, erosion, correct, pollution and all. It will affect the rivers also here. I'll tell you, when I discuss the hills and mountains, I'll mention when you go for mining, deforestation takes place. Once the trees are gone, soil erosion will become more after that. Intensified erosion, we call it as. Soil erosion becomes more intensified. Erosion takes place, height of the mountain will decrease, which in turn reduce the rainfall. Because Western Ghats is source of many rivers. Like Tungabhadra river takes birth from this belt only. It's a tributary of Krishna. So water will decrease in future. So mining is not good here in this region. So they stopped. After this, once they stopped mining here, so the Odisha Chhattisgarh region became very popular. Earlier Karnataka was the largest producer. Now Odisha is the largest producer. Right. Present statistics says Odisha first. Second is Chhattisgarh. Third is Karnataka. Fourth is Jharkhand. Fifth is Goa. Okay, as of now. Remember this, okay? Just in case, statistics we want. Done? Okay. So next also write one line. World में Australia, Brazil, China, India. India is the fourth largest. Australia, Brazil, China, India, fifth Russia. So earlier India was in sixth place. Now we have come to fourth. So third is China. You notice. Okay. Production. Iron ore production में means mining and production में Australia, Brazil, China, India, Russia. Okay. That means India stands fourth now. Okay. Clear? So we have covered all the types of rocks, and also we have discussed fossil fuels. We have discussed iron ore also. Okay. Tomorrow's class I will cover weathering, erosion, soil will start. Okay. So please revise today's class. Okay. Make sure you write that one page for architecture in India and the rocks they have used. Okay, do some research on that. Okay, any doubt? Anyone with answers? Come. So in 2022 paper they had asked this. Igneous rocks are primary rocks. Illustrate its formation with suitable diagram. Means they had asked. Igneous rocks are primary rocks. So like that they will ask in mains. Okay. They can ask. Discuss the formation of oil and natural gas and its distribution in India. Like that, oil and natural gas ka distribution they'll ask. And its formation. Okay. Physical, chemical, biological. Okay. Shall we continue? Next, give the heading. Next, give the heading as geomorphic process. Something has changed. Did somebody mess with this? Now is it clear? Geomorphic. See the word geo means earth. Here morphic. Morph means structure or form. Okay, all the processes that take place on the earth can be summarized as geomorphic processes. Okay, or processes, right? Okay, PROCESSESS, geomorphic processes. Okay, see on the earth's surface there are certain forces acting from below. They are creating new landform. They are called as endogenic forces. Endogenic forces are those forces which are acting from below. Endogenic, like our convection current. Okay, all that is creating new landform. Endogenic forces are acting from below one, and they are creating new landform. New landform is created. Similarly, there are certain forces which are acting from above. They are modifying the existing landform. They are not creating, they are modifying existing landforms. That modification leads to formation of new landform. So they are called as exogenic forces. Exogenic forces. Exogenic forces are those forces which are acting from above. Endogenic forces are those forces which are acting from below. So notice this, how it looks. Notice this is the Earth's surface. The endogenic forces are creating one landform. Exogenic forces are modifying the existing landform. See how I have written. This variation of Earth's surface is called as relief. The ups and downs. The variation of Earth's surface. You travel across any area, you will go up and down like this. So that is called as relief. The study of relief is called as topography. Study of relief is called as topography. This is a hill, this is a depression. Like that we can distinguish them. Correct. What is relief? Variation of earth's surface. Variation of earth's surface is relief, and study of relief is topography. Topography. So endogenic forces are those forces which are acting from below. Exogenic forces are those forces which are acting from above. So every place we see today is a byproduct of these two forces. Like Himalayas. Himalayas were created by the endogenic forces, plate tectonics. Now it is being modified by snow, glaciers, river, water. They are modifying now. So every landform what we see today is a byproduct of two forces, endogenic and exogenic. Like snow on the mountain is what? Exogenic. Glacier, river, sunlight. We humans are exogenic agent. Humans are exogenic because we are acting on the surface from above. So we are a exogenic agent. Okay. So please notice how it looks. So when the endogenic forces create a landform, notice they have created on hill here. All of you notice the hill. So the exogenic forces act from above, like sunlight, wind, water. They start to erode. Weathering, erosion takes place here. Correct. Slowly, what is happening here? Every day the weathering takes place, and the rivers carry the material down like this. Here from the mountains, there is reason rivers always take birth from the mountains, and they flow down slope, and finally they collect here. Finally, the water collects here. So the rivers always move from highland to lowland. When they do that, they carry the material also. So whatever material that was removed here is deposited here. Here is deposited here. Slowly, notice this. Whatever material that is removed slowly from the mountain is taken gradually and deposited in the depression. Every day, the material is getting removed here. Degradation is taking place. Degradation of hill or a mountain. All the material is carried out, it is deposited here. Aggradation is taking place. All of you understand? Degradation is removal, weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition. So deposition is an aggradation process. What is deposition? Aggradation, because material gets filled. So material gets filled and elevation goes up. So it's an aggradation process. Erosion is a degradation process. Understood? Erosion is a degradation process where the material is removed. Whereas the deposition is aggradation process where the material gets filled up. Notice that one fine day, this entire earth surface will come in same level. This like this, flat. Here, degradation will take place till when? Till the entire earth surface comes to a same level as this surface. So one fine day it will stop. Everything will stop. Because slowly it is coming to this level. Slowly here also it's filling up to this level. So once everything becomes flat, this also stops. This also stops. This final surface is called as gradation. Gradation of earth's surface. So what is happening now is gradation of earth's surface. As we speak now, this is happening outside. One side, degradation taking place. Other side, aggradation taking place. What is the final product? What is earth trying to achieve? Gradation. Gradation of earth's surface. Gradation means a same level. Okay. This is what level called as base level of erosion. Base level of erosion means it is a level up to which erosion takes place. It is a level up to which deposition takes place. Base level of erosion is a level up to which any place will be eroded. Not beyond that. Not beyond that. So the earth surface is trying to achieve gradation. Okay. In order to achieve this, who is helping them? Glaciers are helping them. Rivers are helping them. Wind. All these are helping the earth to achieve gradation. So once this level is achieved, don't you think the water will stop now flowing? The water will remain on the surface. It will not flow anymore. Okay. So as a result, you can see the complete level of the earth's surface they are trying to achieve. So the river as an objective, every river on earth as an objective. What is the objective? To achieve gradation. So please remember this. So that means if the river is flowing from a mountain down slope, means it is having an objective to create a level surface on the earth's surface. Right from the first day of the river formation till now, as well as in the future, the river will continue its work. Who is disrupting it? We, by constructing dam. When you go and build a dam, let's say you go and build a dam here, what happens? We are building dam to store water. Our interest is water, drinking water we want. So we are building dam here. When you build dam, what happens? The water gets collected here only. Here only water gets collected. So the river's flow is disrupted here. Its work is disrupted. That is the reason building dams is not environment friendly. Correct. Stopping the flow of water means what? You are creating an embankment. So the water stops here. Sedimentation takes place behind the dam instead of here. Instead of aggradation here, it starts filling up where? Behind the dam. That is the reason every dams require desiltation after some years. Dam के पीछे पानी के साथ lot of मिट्टी, lot of soil will be there. So after 10-20 years, they have to remove all the silt also. That is getting deposited here. So there is an earthquakes occur when you construct dams. Because earth is trying to relieve that load and continue the water flow to fulfill its objective of gradation. So we as humans, we are trying to disrupt the nature by building dams. Okay, but we have no other way. Our population is so high. We need water for irrigation, drinking, navigation. So we have to do it. No other way. Okay. So just remember, this main agenda of the river is to continue its flow towards achieving gradation. Gradation of Earth's surface. So what is happening around us? Why everything is happening? Why winds are blowing? Why glaciers are moving on the Earth's surface? Why we have wind? Why we have water? So this is the purpose. There is a purpose. Nature has a purpose. Okay. Anything that tries to damage or disrupt this, so it will come down in the form of mass movement, earthquake, landslide. So the nature tries to regain its old path, regain its old glory, then continue the process. That is the rivers sometimes change their course. If this path is not suitable, it will change the path. When it changes path, we call it as mud flow, mass movement, landslide and all. Now you got to know what is happening in that. So there is reason in many countries like Norway, Sweden and all, they are demolishing the dams, opening all the gates now. They have no longer, they are no longer building dams in some countries like Norway and all. They are restoring the water flow. Because when the water is flowing, it itself has its own ecosystem on either side. Plants are there, some vegetation is there, organisms are there. Okay, we call it as lotic ecosystem. Lotic ecosystem. River ecosystem is called as lotic ecosystem. Means flowing water. So plants and animals are acclimatized to the flowing condition of the water. So what is lotic ecosystem? River ecosystem. So that is then we have to restore that water flow. So all of you got to know what is this gradation, Gradation is almost flat surface. Such flat surfaces, almost flat surfaces. They are not completely plain, but almost plain surface is called as peneplain. Peneplain. They'll ask, what is peneplain? Plain, all of you know, flat. Just before the formation of complete flat surface, almost flat surface is called as peneplain. Have you heard of the word penultimate? What is penultimate means? Before final anta. There is a word called penultimate. You remember this word. Ultimate is end, final. Before final is called as, just before final, penultimate. Okay. Penultimate is just before. So peneplain means also same, before plane anta. Almost flat surface. Right? Almost flat surface is called as plane, peneplain. So if you understand this, you'll understand why Himalayas, just below the Himalayas we have northern plain, alluvial plain. Himalayas are mountains. Just below the Himalayas there is a huge depression earlier. that got filled with alluvial soil brought by the Himalayan rivers. Today we have a large flat plain called Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain. The Himalayas are also decreasing. Slowly that plain is also getting filled up. The depression also got filled up. So this flat plain is now called as Northern Plain of India. Indo-Gangetic Plain of India. Notice the atlas now, all of you. The sediments brought by the river are called as alluvial soil. Alluvium. That is deposited. Notice Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. You got it. The depression is not fully filled. It is still there. Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. The green color in your atlas. All that is what? Plain. Almost flat surface. Okay. Clear? So you can understand, if you understand this topic, you can understand such topics. That is the reason below the mountains will have large fertile soil. Large fertile soil. Below every mountain you will notice this. Next to Andes, next to Himalayas, next to Rockies, we will find large flat plain, alluvial plain, flat surface. Okay. So that means we are trying to achieve this everywhere. So now you got to know what is happening. Okay. So now I'll classify. Geomorphic processes, I'll classify now. Keep your notebook like this, sideways. Like that. Same topic, everything gets summarized now. Wait for me to write. Then you'll know how much space you need. Okay. Don't write. Please wait. Endogenic movement. Exogenic movement. Endogenic, exogenic. Okay. Endogenic movement mein we have, please notice, these are from below, acting from below. So remember this. Okay. Diastrophism, catastrophism. Catastrophic means sudden movement. Diastrophism is slow, very slow. Okay. So in sudden movements we have volcanoes and earthquake. Earthquake and volcanoes, because these are catastrophic events. Suddenly they will occur. It will cause a lot of damage. So these are catastrophic events, sudden events. Diastrophic events are very slow and unnoticeable, not noticeable at all. In this, right, orogenic. Okay, orogenic. Oro means mountain building. Epiro means continent building. Continent building means either movement of entire plate, tectonic plates, up or down. Okay, is called as epirogenic movement. Upwarping, downwarping. Either the continents will move up or down depending upon the tectonics. Downwarping. Now Antarctica is experiencing upwarping because of melting of glaciers. Because isostatic adjustment, remember isostatic load was so high, the Antarctica had gone down because of the glacial load. Now the global warming say ice is melting slowly. What is happening to the Antarctica? Moving upwards. Upwarping is taking place. Upwarping means moving up. Downwarping means moving down. This kind of up and down movement is called as isostatic adjustment. One class I had written this on the board. Isostatic rebound, isostatic adjustment. That is happening. Okay. So that is epirogenic, continent building moment. Orogenic, mountain building moment. Folding, faulting. This also we have discussed. Folding and faulting. Folding, faulting. Folding led to formation of fold mountains. Faulting led to the formation of block mountains. Remember Horst mountain, block mountains, fold mountains. Okay. Folding happens because of compression. Faulting can happen because of both compression and tension. Okay, can I write that? Compression only. Here compression and tension. C and T I am writing. C stands for compression, T stands for tension. Then this is, we have covered. This topic, all topics we have covered. Notice this. We have covered this in the first part. Then we have come to exogenic. Now, in exogenic, we have a word denudation. Denudation. In this first topic, mass moment, we have discussed. Today's class, weathering, we have discussed. We have discussed erosion. We have discussed deposition. These two I will cover separately. Landforms. Okay. Landforms class. Landforms. Okay. This will come separately. Weathering we have discussed. Physical, chemical, biological, mass moment we have discussed. See now, entire geomorphology summarized here in this diagram. Entire geomorphology, endogenic moments we started the class. Earth interior we started. Then we covered exogenic moments. Okay. There is mass moment, weathering and all. Okay. We are ready to cover this part. Write down now. So in exam, describe various geomorphic process or processes on the earth surface. Then you have to talk about both endogenic, exogenic, all this small 2 lines you have to write. Because they are asking for 150 words or 250 words. So their entire thing they will ask. So then you don't have to write more about anything. You have to write 2 lines for each. This diagram will help you to remember that flow chart. Okay. So geomorphology is a bit lengthy. Landforms itself will take 2 days or 1 day, depending on 3 classes we need for landforms. Tomorrow I'll cover landforms. Today, if possible, soil will cover. Tomorrow's class onwards, we'll discuss landforms. Epiro means continent. Ora means mountain. Okay. Remember this. Epiro continent. You can write isostatic adjustment. Remember I had given you the example of a sofa. How sofa adjusts to your weight when you sit. It goes down to accommodate the load. Correct. And gives you the best possible posture. You can comfortably sit on a sofa. Imagine you are all sitting on this chair, right? Cushion is there. Remember in some institute will be steel chair is there. Steel. Metal chairs are there. Students often complain, sir, we can't sit for 4 hours of class or 6 hours of class. Why? Because it is uncomfortable seat. This cushion gives you the best comfortable. I'm not saying very comfortable, but okay. At least some comfort when you sit. Correct. So as a result, you will be able to, it accommodates the load. But the steel chair will not accommodate. It will push you back. So after 2 hours, you say, sir, we can't sit more than that. Just simple as that. So earth also behaves like that. When the load is exerted, it goes down, accommodating that load. When the load is removed, it rebounds. Okay. So isostatic adjustment causes the tectonic plates to move up and down. Okay. There is some portions of the earth crust is below the water. Some part of the crust is above the water. Okay. Just below the Indian plate, all of you have seen Indian tectonic plate. Correct. Indian tectonic plate, here Australia here. Correct. Between India and Australia and this side Madagascar, all of you know Madagascar. Between here and here, India, Madagascar, Australia के बीच में there is another continent, which is now under the water. Kumari Kandam, India's sister continent. Okay, this is called as Kumari Kandam or Mauritius. Name of this continent is Mauritius. Just like Mauritius Island and Mauritius. Like that. This continent is a submerged, lost continent. It was there earlier when it was with Gondwana. Now it is under the water. Okay, so our ancient Indian scholars had called this as Jambudvipa, Indian subcontinent as Jambudvipa, and Kumari Kandam, sister of Jambudvipa. They had, I don't know how they knew, but they had mentioned it long back. So Indian subcontinent had a sister continent called Kumari Kandam. Now our geologists are saying, yes, that is true. We have a plate, tectonic plate underwater called Mauritius. They are calling it as Mauritius. We are calling it as Kumari Kandam. That's the difference. UPSC will ask this. What is this lost continent, Mauritius? Okay. Like that. So it might move up slowly, it will move up. Tectonic activity, earthquakes, volcanoes mainly can revive that continent. Endogenic forces can push it back, causing it to move up. Upwarping can take place. Okay. So this is future. We are conducting research now. This is a research level topic. Okay, but they can ask in future, where is Mauritius? So just remember between India, Madagascar and Australia. Mark it as important. Okay. And in one of the classes I had mentioned this. In gravity class I had mentioned there is the low gravity here. Indian Ocean geodal low bolke. IOGL anta. I had marked it as important also. That is part of this. IOGL, Indian Ocean geodal low gravity, just below India. Okay, because this region IOGL, this topic is important. Indian Ocean geodal low. So geomorphic process we have covered. Okay, next give the heading soil. Let's complete soil and then come back. Landforms will cover after soil. Soil. So if you all notice soil on the earth's surface, you will notice it is not a very thick layer. It is a very thin layer. Soil is what? A thin layer, basically. Okay. Soil is formed due to weathering of rocks. So soil is a weathered rock. Don't write anything, wait. Soil is formed due to weathering of rocks. So weathered rock. When the rocks disintegrate, so they will become soil. So soil is a weathered rock. Remember, rocks contain what? Minerals. So same minerals come to soil. That's it. And it is found where? Continental crust. We are all on continental crust. So all these 3 points you all agree. Soil is formed on, yes, one. It is a weathered rock formed due to weathering and it is a thin layer. So when you have to write a definition, now write, soil is a thin layer of weathered rock found on the surface of the continental crust. Right, please write. Soil is a thin layer. Soil is a thin layer of weathered rock. Soil is a thin layer of weathered rock found on the surface of continental crust. Found on the surface of the continental crust. See, in this we have mentioned 3 things. One, we have mentioned continental crust. We have mentioned it's from weathering of rocks. We have mentioned it's a thin layer. Because soil is not very deep also. It is not only few millimeter to inches. That's it. Below that you will get rock. So it is a thin layer of weathered rock found on the surface of the continental crust. If you notice the definitions I give you, it is very simple and it is like straightforward based on observation. It is not from any book. If you notice, if you type soil, internet will show you some other definition. But our definitions are what? Realistic and what we observe outside. Okay. So what is soil? All of you notice. Because in front of you only I created this definition. I wrote 3 points and I added them. That's it. Okay. So like this you remember, you don't have to mug up. Otherwise you have to remember everything. So always remember how to create a definition. So first definition all of you know now. Okay. Next, write composition. Composition. I told you soil is formed from rocks. So obviously rocks contain minerals. Those minerals will come to soil. Correct. So soil has a lot of organic matter also because of the plant and animal matter. So most important composition of soil is organic matter. Then minerals. Minerals. Minerals from the rock. It contains air also, gases, and it contains vapor, water vapor. So next time you play with soil or like when you plant anything, you notice it contains moisture also. It contains gases, minerals, organic matter. So soil contains organic matter, minerals and air and water. Next, size classification. Size. Size. Please write sand. Sand two types, coarse sand, fine sand. Coarse sand, fine sand. Then silt, clay. Coarse sand is 2 mm size to 0.2 mm. This is 0.2 mm, 0.02 mm. Mm is millimeter. This is 0.02 mm, 0.002 mm. Clay is less than that. Sand, silt, clay. Clay is very, very small. Let's just like the powder you apply. Okay, very smooth. That means sand grains are larger in size. All of you have seen sand, construction sand and all. All of you seen, right? Construction sand. In front of the buildings, construction where it takes place, you can see this kind of sand particles, grains you can notice. So there are two types, coarse and fine. Okay, based on the size. Smaller than that is silt, then clay. Okay, so sand grains you can notice, and then silt. Like this. Clay is even small. You can notice that here. Very, very small. Clay. Okay. So that means if I apply water on top, let's say the water falls on this. Sand grains, you can see a lot of porous spaces, and also you can notice the water can easily come down. Because of the larger grain size of the particles here, you can notice that water easily percolates. It is highly permeable. Sand. It allows the water to pass. Okay. Permeability is very high. Sand is highly permeable to water. Okay. So when it comes to silt, you can notice the water comes on the silt. So you can notice water starts collecting here in the porous spaces. Only small amount of water passes through. Whereas in clay, there are so much porous spaces, the clay can completely hold water, preventing it from further flowing. Clay is impervious. Permeability is very low here. Impervious means what? It does not allow water to pass. Clay contain more porous spaces, so it can hold water. More porous spaces inside clay, small porous spaces, so it will allow the water to stop there. So clay has very high water holding capacity. Now you got it. Why clay can hold more water? Clay can hold more water. Among all these three, water holding capacity is highest because of the porous spaces. Water holding capacity. So soil is impervious to water. So it doesn't allow. That means what? Water stops there only. That means for some crops we need clayey soil. Like paddy. For growing paddy. Have you noticed paddy field? Paddy field, what do you notice? Soil is there, water is there on top. It will not go down. Why? Because of clay. For certain crops, we need more clay. For certain crops, we need sandy soil. Water should not stop. It should flow. Well drained soil. Sandy soils are well drained. Okay. Clay soils are poorly drained soil. Means water remains there. Water logging condition. Okay. So below the lake, what we have? Silt clay complex below. That prevents the water from going down. So bottom of the lake, what type of soil is found? Silt clay, mostly. Silt and clay. Okay. If you understand this, then only we can understand agriculture. Otherwise, we will not be able to cover that. So sand is highly permeable. Clay is impervious to water. So clay has more porous spaces than the rest. So it can hold moisture in large quantity. Okay. Small porous spaces that you can't see. Inside, there's so many porous spaces we will not be able to see. Okay. So please remember this. Okay. So this is one part. Next, right. First one. Soil is one of the most important resources on earth. Okay. If you notice, every day, every meal comes from the soil. Think about it. 90% of the food we consume on daily basis, your breakfast, lunch and dinner, comes from soil. Because most of our diet is what? Vegetarian diet. I agree. 10% meat also. Poultry, milk. So I am taking 90%. 90% of the food we consume on a daily basis come from soil. So soil ensures food security for the mankind. So that is the reason I said soil is the most important resource available to mankind after air and water. Without these three we can't survive. Without air, water and soil or food indirectly. Okay. So because if you notice agriculture, indirectly, agri means what? Soil. The meaning of agri means soil. Culture is cultivation. Cultivation of soil for food and fodder. Fodder for our livestock. Food for us. That is agriculture. Right? Simple definition. Cultivation of soil. See, agriculture means what? Cultivation of soil. Culture, cultivation, agri means soil. Cultivation of soil for food and fodder. 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 So soil ensures food security for the mankind, and food security is more important than national security. Wherever food security is there, in those countries people are also prosperous. They are happy, at least they are not sleeping in hunger. Malnutrition is not there. Famine is not there. But as soon as food security is threatened, the people will hate that country. People will hate the country. That's what happened in Pakistan. You notice there was large scale food security 2 years back because of flood and all. You have noticed that. What happened? People started cursing. Many committed suicide out of hunger. So that situation is very dangerous for the country's national security. Okay, so that is the reason I said food security is more important than national security. Okay, so remember, soil ensures food security. So that is the reason we say healthy soil is healthy environment, healthy economy. Healthy soil is healthy environment and healthy economy. Okay. If this goes wrong, everything else will go wrong. That's what MS Swaminathan said. If agriculture goes wrong in India, nothing else has a chance to go right, he said. If agriculture goes wrong in India, nothing else has a chance to go right, he said, MS Swaminathan. So as a result, food security is so important. So I'm setting the introduction to agriculture through soil. Plus, this topic is very important because of this one reason. Food security. Why we have to read soil? Because soil is very important resource for us. Okay, after air and water, third most important resource is soil. So next, right. See, even the clothes we wear. Notice clothes like in tropical region, we always prefer cotton. Cotton. Cotton is grown where? Soil again. Even the clothes we are using today, correct? The clothes that we use today to protect our dignity also come from the soil. You notice, sir, you might say, sir, I'm not wearing cotton anta. So whatever you are wearing linen you are wearing, or jute, hemp you are using, silk you are wearing, whatever it is, directly comes from the soil. Even for the silk, you notice, mulberry, we grow mulberry leaves. Remember mulberry? That we feed to the bomboxy mori. That gives us silk cocoons. Silk cocoons, we make silk. So indirectly, all clothes, all fiber, clothes come from fiber crops like cotton, jute, correct, hemp, and all. Mulberry, you write silk, bracket mein. Correct na? So clothes also are indirectly from the soil. That means we grow fiber crops. From fiber crops we extract fiber. We make fabric to clothes. So soil also gives us clothes. Next, groundwater. Notice every time it rains, the water will fall first where? On the soil. Water first falls on the soil. Water goes down, collects in the ground, forming groundwater. Today, 30% of the fresh water is stored in the form of groundwater, aquifer. 30% of our fresh water comes from the ground. Irrigation, drinking, and all, we use groundwater today. Okay. So that is the reason wherever we have soil, it allows the water to go down and recharge the aquifers. Have you heard of the word recharge? Means when the water falls where? It goes down. The soil allows recharge of ground. So the water goes and collects down, recharging the aquifer. So soil ensures sufficient recharge is done. Recharging of aquifers. Okay. And every time the water goes down, we use the word percolation. All of you understand the word percolation? So water goes down, it gets filtered. Let's say I'm using water, soap, detergent, say I'm washing my hand. I'm dropping that water where? On the soil. Where is the water going now? Going down. The chemicals in the soap and all, detergent and all, gets filtered in the soil. Only the water goes down. So that means every time the water starts going down, it gets filtered. Chemicals are left in the soil, the water goes down. So soil is a natural filter of the earth. Soil filters water. It's our natural filter. Soil is a natural filter. Okay. Natural filter of the earth. Okay. Means soil filters water. Soil filters water. Notice all vegetation today, all vegetation, flora. Okay, and also you take agriculture also. All the plants on earth are growing where? On soil. So soil provides support for the roots, provides nutrients for the plant, provides water also for the plants. So all flora today, means vegetation in general, is growing where? On the soil. So soil provides support, water and nutrients. So please remember flora. So soil supports flora, right? Soil supports flora and fauna. Fauna means animals. I don't know, 1 second, I'm getting a call. Okay, soil supports both flora and fauna. Because all the plants today grow on soil. Some of you might say hydroponics. Hydroponics is practice of growing plants in water directly. So that is there, but not everywhere, right? So even today, everybody relies on soil for growing crops. Vegetation survives because of the soil. Okay, so we have flora and also animals also. If you notice below the soil, there are a lot of organisms. If you notice carefully, soil has a lot of insects, ants, termites, red ant, black ant, everything, dung beetle, earthworms. Further you go inspect, you'll get bacteria, soil bacteria. That itself is a different world altogether. It is said that one scientist has said there are more organisms living below the soil than above. You see what they said? There are more organisms living below than above. We are all living above. So they are saying more organisms are living below the soil than above. So that is when they said soil is a right? Please write, soil is called as living skin of the earth. Skin of the earth. Because it supports life. Soil supports life. Okay, soil supports life. Living skin of the earth. Because so many organisms live below the soil. In our environment class, I'll talk about burrowing animals, burrowing organisms. Okay, microfauna, microflora and all. Okay, where the creatures live below the soil. Okay, I'll just show you one image is there. Very interesting. So these are all like beavers, otters, rabbits, hares, squirrels. They all burrow inside like this. So see, so many organisms, they make this kind of burrows and live below the soil. Many feet below the surface. They make tunnels like this. Which we can't see, correct? We are living above, so we don't know what's happening below. Rats, rodents, mostly, they all live below. So burrowing organisms. So soil supports fauna also. Okay. So these are 5 importance of soil, right? 6th one also, right? 6th one. Soil preserves fossils. Soil preserves fossils. How did we know about the creatures that existed before us? How did we know about dinosaurs? Soil, because of soil. When animals die or when the plants die, they get buried in the soil. Correct, they'll decompose, no doubt, but at least some traces of fossil is left behind. When we excavate, we'll come to know about what all creatures existed before us millions of years ago. Radiocarbon dating will help us to know the age of them, and we'll come to know, okay, these creatures existed before us. So all these are found where? Below the soil. Okay, so soil preserves fossils. So with the help of these fossils, we'll be able to understand the past botany and zoological history of the earth. Botanical and zoological history of the earth. Means we will understand evolution of life on earth. So that's how we are able to understand evolution of life. How one creature led to other. Okay. So please remember that point. Soil preserves fossils and help us to understand the evolution of life on earth. Okay. Understand evolution of life on earth. So today we talk about dinosaurs. They are extinct, but their fossils have been discovered. Fossilized eggs have been discovered. Okay. In Gujarat, near Ahmedabad, there is a place called Indroda Jurassic Park. There are a lot of skeletons of dinosaurs we have, eggs we have. Indroda Jurassic Park. We have our own Jurassic Park. Okay. So like that means we have a lot of fossils being unearthed. That is 6th point, fossils. 7th, right? Soil preserves treasure. Treasure. Soil preserves treasure, statues, monuments, sculptures, ancient site. Okay, so how did we know about Harappa, Mohenjo-daro or Kalibangan? Excavation. They were buried during mega floods of Indus tributaries. Most of the Indus Valley sites were buried. Now when the scientists or when the people started digging, they found something. So they informed archaeological department. So they came and excavated. So when they excavated, they came to know about all the tools we used earlier. They know have unearthed ancient cities like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. Now you have Rakhigarhi and all. So all these new sites being discovered every now and then. How did we come to know about that? Because soil had preserved all it. A very recent example I'll take in Golconda ke pass. Okay, there somebody was digging the soil for constructing. So they found madkas of gold coin. So you know, gold coins. Earlier there were no banks. Banks were not there. So whatever wealth they had people, they had to bury it in the soil. Otherwise somebody will steal it Allah. Or the British will loot. So in order to prevent that, the people used to bury it in the soil. And many of them have died without telling anyone. So now these people are like digging those, found gold coins. So archaeological, if you go to Salajang Museum has a new edition. This is the one, gold coins. So archaeological department has taken over. Okay, and they will display it in museum and all now, like that. So in Hampi, you know Hampi. So what happened recently? Last year rain, heavy rain. So the soil got saturated and went down all of a sudden. So then they came to know there is a secret chamber and they excavated it. So they found Krishna Devaraya used to use that to conduct secret meetings. So now if you go, you can go down. Steps are there. You go down like a room like this and you can walk inside. All this while it was where? It was already there. Soil, within the soil, buried under the soil. Now we are excavating it. So every now and then new places are discovered like this because soil preserves monuments, sculptures, ancient sites and all. Ancient universities and all, now we are trying to recreate them. Vikramashila University or Nalanda and all. How did we come to know? Because they were all preserved intact by the soil. So we are able to recreate. Okay. So many places we have done this. Excavation. Excavation helps us to understand. This will give us information about our history. Just like how fossils help us to understand evolution, this will become part of our history. Okay. Please remember that. So importance of soil we have written. If they ask you why should we conserve soil, then also you can write these 5 points you can mention. Okay, or you can mention this also. Why do we have to conserve or protect soil, or why is soil a very important resource? Okay, so please write. The word pedon means soil. Greek word soil. Greek word pedon means soil. So pedogenesis means the process of formation of soil, and pedology is study of soil. What we are doing now is pedology. Okay, pedology is study of soil. Study of soil. Pedogenesis means the process of formation of soil. Process of formation of soil is pedogenesis. Okay. Pedosphere means all the soil on the earth's surface comes under the word pedosphere. Pedosphere. NCERT class. If you remember, NCERT class may I had used this word. What is pedosphere? Biosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. In that I had used the word pedosphere. Pedosphere is a soil. Soil on the earth's surface comes under the word pedosphere. If you have not written, you can write now also. Pedosphere is the soil. All the soil on the earth's surface comes under the word pedosphere. I am covering everything related to that word. Pedon means soil. Pedology, pedogenesis, pedosphere. Because in exam, if they use this, you should know. Oh, they are talking about soil. All the soil on the earth's surface. Pedogenesis means formation. Genesis. Pedology, study. Okay. So the formation of soil depends upon following factors. Please write. First one, parent rock. Parent rock or bedrock. What type of rock below? Remember, depends upon soil depends upon the rock, mother rock. if the particular parent rock has certain minerals, same minerals will come to soil. If parent rock has some color, same color will come to soil, like that. Like basalt rock, black soil, like that. Okay. Iron containing rocks, red soil after oxidation, like that. Parent rock depends upon the parent rock. Second factor is climate. Climate, because climate is a modifying factor. Sometimes heavy rain, sometimes no rain. Both the situations are there. Some places receive more rain every year, some places doesn't receive rain at all. Climate is a modifying factor. Like Rajasthan, why it is different now? Because of climate. Okay. So climate also modifies the soil. So next, right? Topography. Topography or relief of the surface. Let's say mountains. Today we have mountains, plains and plateau. Please notice this. Mountains are elevated landforms. Plains are almost flat surface. Plateaus are again elevated landform with flat top. See the difference? So mountains have steep slope. As a result, when the weathering erosion takes place, the soil comes down. So the mountains have thin soil. Mountain ke upar soil is very thin. Soil layer is very thin. Why? Because of steep slope, the erosion is more. And all the soil will come and accumulate where? Plains. That is when plains have thick soil, well cultivable soil. So it supports more agriculture, more population. Now you know. Plains have thick soil because many sediments from surrounding areas come and deposit here. So since plains have thick soil, it can be easily cultivated. So majority of the world population lives where? Plain. Okay. So that is the reason everybody expect to live in the plains, flat surfaces, because soil is also fertile. So please remember this. Plains have thick soil. Slopes have thin soil. That is the reason in the steep mountains, if the mountains are like this steep, the soil layer is also very thin here. So that is the reason what we do, we cut the mountains into terrace farming like this. Have you noticed? This increases the surface area. Mountain aisa hai, we can't do much. If you do this step, terrace, soil increases, soil layer increases, surface area increases. One, water erosion can be prevented, soil erosion can be prevented. Correct? We can make soil to stop there. We can easily cultivate it. Got it? That is the reason terrace farming is practiced in the hilly areas. All of you understand? Terrace farming is like this, like stepwise they modify to prevent water erosion, soil erosion, also to increase the surface area of the agricultural land. See this and see this. What is the difference? Correct. Lot of difference is there. So that is the reason topography plays a very important role. Fourth one, right? Biota, living organisms, plants, animals, humans also influence soil. Biological weathering. Remember biological weathering I was talking about. How plants, animals also create soil. Last one is time. Most important factor is time factor here. Why? Because it takes a lot of time for the soil to form. Correct. Don't think soil will form in one day. It will take hundreds of years. Okay. Soil takes hundreds of years. So please remember, time also we have taken. That is the reason I was saying, soil is a very rare and precious resource. Soil is a very rare and precious resource. Okay. So pedogenesis. Sit down. Take your seat, please. So, notice this. Any doubt? Okay, so we have discussed importance of soil. What is pedology, pedogenesis and all. Okay. What are the factors responsible? All this will come again. I'll repeat this. Each and every soil. We'll be discussing alluvial soil, red soil and all, one by one. Then again this topic will come. Okay. So please write next, soil profile. Give the heading, don't write anything. Soil. All of us have seen the soil on the surface when we walk on the road, correct? Or when we go in the vehicle, we are noticing upper part of the soil, correct? Upper surface, all of you have seen. I am talking about the cross section of the soil. Sometimes while construction, we remove the soil. Have you noticed like this? We remove the soil and then we notice the different colors. Have you noticed here? Different zones we notice. That we am talking about. That we are talking about as soil profile. Means cross section of the soil. What is soil profile? Cross section through the soil. Please write. Vertical cross section. Vertical cross section through the soil is called as soil profile. Don't write anything, please write. Okay. Cross section through the soil is called as soil profile. Please don't write anything, wait for me to complete the diagram, because you will know how much space you need. We have to write one big box like this diagram. Okay. So we are all living where? Here on the earth's surface. We are all living here. Houses and all you can notice. Plants and trees also you can notice here. Notice this. Okay. This is the so what I am trying to show, animals, humans, plants, trees on the earth's surface. Earth's surface we have all this. Houses, trees, plants, humans, animals and all. Okay. Notice this please. Every day from the plants, trees, every day leaves will be falling. Leaves, twigs, branches, fruits, all this will fall where? Onto the surface only, na? Kitchen waste, your food waste from the home, correct? Hotel waste, all that food waste goes to the soil. Kitchen waste and all. Human waste, animal waste, all that goes into the soil. The upper part of the soil contains lot of plant litter. Plant waste. Litter. Litter means waste. That falls from the plants every day. So all that goes, kitchen waste, food waste and all goes into the soil. Don't you think all this comes under the category of organic matter? Oh, we call it as organic. All this organic matter slowly will decompose in the presence of oxygen, aerobic decomposition, forming humus. Humus form. What is humus? Humus is decomposing organic matter. Don't write, please wait. Okay. Wait and understand, then you can write. Organic matter is decomposing. That decomposing organic matter is called as humus. This is the question. What is humus? So they have asked. So this layer is called as O layer. Just below this is the soil. Now we get the soil layer. Sand, silt, clay here. Sand plus silt. Remember I told you sand, silt plus clay. This is what we call it as topsoil. A. Here I am writing the letters. Here I am writing the names. Topsoil. So topsoil contains sand, silt, clay here. So pay attention please. So organic layer and topsoil. Sand, silt, clay. Below this is another layer called E layer. E. Now you notice things are going to change now. What happens now? Whenever the water falls on the surface, like rainwater, the rainwater comes down, percolates through this. Rainwater percolates through this region, correct? As it comes through this is rocks here. Many minerals will dissolve. Okay, this is sand, silt, clay. As it comes down, this is a rock layer. As it passes through this region, if you notice, many of the minerals which are in the rock will dissolve. We call them soluble minerals. Sulfates, nitrates, chlorates and all will dissolve. And they get removed. Because water is going where? Down. As a result, all the minerals get leached. We call it as leaching. leaching. From where to where? From here to down. This is called as elevation. Mind the spelling, elevation. Zone of elevation. Zone of elevations here. From where? From here. Where? Towards this layer. Here. Notice this. From above to below. So all the minerals get leached from upper layer to lower layer. And all that will accumulate here. Accumulation. Zone of accumulation. Also called as zone of elevation. Mind the spelling. Zone of elevation. What is elevation? To go. Elevation to come. Shall we see this? Okay, we'll see this quickly and we'll come back. Okay. I want you to notice this. See this. This is grass you can see. O. This is topsoil, A. This is E. Can you notice zone of elevation? So dark layer here, B. I was discussing this. Why is this white in color? Because minerals have leached. They have gone down. Why is this dark brown? Because minerals from here have come down. All of you understood? Next time you notice real photo of soil, you will notice this. You will notice top organic layer slightly black in color because of organic content. Slightly below is a soil, sand, silt, clay. Below that is E, zone of elevation, where the minerals have leached down. This is dark brown. Why? Because of accumulation. Everything comes and accumulates. Below that you can see bigger rocks. Rocks will start. All of you got it? That is the reason I just typed soil profile real image. Okay. So we'll continue. We'll come back. We'll come back to this in few minutes. We'll see various soil profiles of different places. Different places you see. We'll get different types of soil profile in different areas. We'll come to that. For now, we saw how it looks. All of you got it, Allah? O, A, E, B. What is E? Elevation. It means leaching. Accumulation means all the colors will come and accumulate here. As you come down further, here you'll get C and D. D is bedrock. Bedrock. Parent rock. Lithosphere. Part of the lithosphere, bedrock. Bedrock. Okay. This is partially weathered bedrock. Big rocks are still there, but it is weathered, slightly broken. This is partially weathered bedrock. Bedrock contains big boulder. So above that partially weathered rock. Further you go up, rock size decreases. Correct. As you go up, rock size decreases. There will be more soil. More soil. Small rocks are here. You can notice small pebbles here. But everything has become sand here. You got it? As you go up, you can see rock size smaller. Okay, indirectly means as you go down, rock size increases. All of you got it? Okay, so this is how it looks. Soil profile. This is the bedrock. Main rock. This is the weathered part of the bedrock. All this is lithosphere only. This is still intact. This is the weathered part. So we use the word regolith. Agriculture mein regolith we call it as. Lith is rock. Weathered rock is called as regolith. This is lith. Rock. This is regolith. Okay. So these two regions are called as topsoil, upper soil, soil solum we call it as. Soil solum. Okay. This part, all of you notice. Highest bacteria can be seen here. From A, E to B. Saprophytes, we call it as saprophytes. These are the organisms which decompose the dead organic matter. Let's say all dead organic matter are decomposed by bacteria. Correct. That will remain where? Here. Saprophytes. So we call this a saprolite layer. saprolite. This layer is called saprolite. Detritus or dead organic matter are decomposed here. So by the organisms called saprophytes. I'll write the spelling somewhere. Saprophytes. Okay, that is found here. So that area is called as saprolite. Now write. Don't worry about the groundwater. That is next topic. Where will this water go? I'll tell you next. Because I can't write everything in one diagram. Take your time now. Make sure you write